Peace to everyone tuning in this evening. Hope everyone's doing well because I'm doing considerably well myself. Um, I decided to do a live tonight, and I know it's been a while since I've been live, but hey, I've been doing things busy. I've been reading, studying up on things. I just didn't want to come with no half-stepping bullshit. You feel me? But I would, before I start this show, I would like to share some things I have. Uh, One being, I decided that, you know, I have more than several YouTube channels. I have the Screaming Tigers Club. I need to start dropping content over there, but it's gonna be content coming, so don't even worry about it. I have HOTC Universal content over there. Needs to be dropped as well. It's been a while. And also my other channel, Knowledge Uprising TV. Those are all channels aside of this channel. I like to consider this my main channel. And I just wanted to share this with you all before we get started with tonight's show, The Inevitability of Life. I'm talking about of life. Well, it's inevitable. We can debate that too, but it's the inevitability effect. These are poster cards that I made. Let me make sure the camera focus in good. Made poster cards actually to pass out to people for my YouTube channel. If I don't promote nobody, I gotta promote myself. You feel me? I gotta keep it coming. I can't stop. So those, let's see it again. This little flyers for my YouTube channel, Knowledge Uprising. I haven't did a video to share these with y'all, so I thought that I would share them with you all tonight. See that? All right. Next, I made a shitload of these. These are actually business cards because I like to build with people on a lot of stuff. And I always make reference to my YouTube channels. So, that's why I made the flyers, That's why I made the Knowledge Uprising flyers. And I got the Screaming Tiger on there. The Screaming Tiger just pays homage to the Screaming Tigers Club, my other channel. Now, what is the significance behind that tiger? When I was doing martial arts, I did Shiaboki. It was kickboxing. My sensei was the Honorable 5th degree black belt Sensei Johnny Wilson. He taught me a lot of discipline. And that was the name of the school, Screaming Tigers. So, I just pay homage to him in martial arts and discipline with the tiger. I love showing the tiger, and I'm gonna keep showing it. That's what comes to my second thing. Like I was saying before I went back to the posters. My sensei, he was an amazing person. He got me out of trouble when I was 19 and getting into shit, I was protesting at the school I was at because I got kicked out of public school, and then I went to charter school and I was protesting there, getting into all kinds of shit. But besides that, that's the significance behind the tiger and the Screaming Tigers. Now, I talk to a lot of people and I build about a lot of things, that I find are important or interesting to me, or more things I want to learn about. So what I do, I just be talking to people. Like, let's say I'm talking about the holographic universe because I'm very intrigued by that. I talk about black holes a lot. And, I want to give people a reference, even talking about knowing versus believing, the Bible. I want to give people a reference to where they can understand me or see me in a different light. So I made these right here, which are business cards. Made a shitload of let's see if I can get all these together. I made a shitload of business cards. Knowledge Uprising business cards. Not promoting none of my other channels on the card, but Knowledge Uprising. Let me show you guys one. Let me see here. Yeah, get a good alignment with it. I decided to make business cards because I build with people a lot. And I hear people talking about topics that are very intriguing or interesting or that I want to just engage in. And and I tell people, I'd be like, oh man, go check out my channel. It's Knowledge Uprising, right? Like, okay, what you say it is? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna ask you later, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. See them again. What you say your channel was? So I made a shitload of cards. Give you a card. What's my channel? It's right here. It's on the card. Knowledge Uprising. Hold on, it's upside down. Knowledge Uprising. So what I do when I'm building with motherfuckers, I talk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. Yeah, believe in this. Think I'm God. Yeah, I don't believe in Jesus Christ, and I'm talking all these things and I'm building with the person and I'm seeing what their beliefs is and they understand it. And they enjoy building with me. So what better thing to do than if they ask about my YouTube channel, because I'll always make reference to that. Man, go check out my YouTube channel. I did a panel on this, I did a panel on that. I pull out a card. I pull out a motherfucking card because I got a shitload of them. I got a shitload of cards. Pull out my cards and I give them out. And then, icing on the cake, I give out the motherfucking flyers too. I just wanted to share that. I mean, because I talk with a lot of people and they say, man, I'm going to check you out. Then, I come back to them and they be like, man, you checked out my channel, you watched the video. Like, oh, man, what you say your channel was again? I give them a card. And you got a lot of people in their spare time, they ain't doing shit. They go through their wallet. And in your wallet, you always have a plethora of cards. Most people, most men. I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but I'm pretty sure they have a decent amount of cards in their wallets also. So when I start talking to them about something, like, man, this brother's talking about some real shit. Or he's talking about some intriguing shit that I want to hear more about. Pull out a card. I have over, I think, 300 cards. 300 of these things. And anytime I'm building with someone, I make it my business to get them a card. So check out my channel. I appreciate you. But I don't know. Put it back in this box. It came with a box. Now, you're probably wondering why I got these cards. And I'm going to give you guys a hookup. I got these motherfucking cards off Vistaprint. Vistaprint, you can get a shitload of cards, man, for dirt cheap. And like I said, I got more than enough to pass out. I always, every morning when I go out and go to work, I take a handful, just like that, just a handful of cards. I always hand them out. Then I got my one boy, he be checking out the shows, and he liked it. So I just wanted to share that. I thought I should share my cards and my poster. It's not really no merchandise or nothing, but it's something, to keep my channel going and to give it that fuel. You know what I mean? So now we are about to get into the show. Office session has expired. Don't worry about that later. Now, the show of tonight is the inevitability of fact. Now, I'm going to ask you, when you talk about inevitable, that means it's going to happen sooner or later. It's inevitable. So if I would say there's going to be a new president sometime in the future, that fact is inevitable. Or if I say I cut my beard off, my hair is going to grow back, that fact is inevitable. I can't necessarily say that fact is inevitable, but that statement is a fact that is inevitable. Let me say it like that. So if I say that the hair on my face is going to grow back, it's a fact because the hair on my face is inevitably going to grow back. So I figure We will talk about a lot of intriguing things tonight. Because it's in our nature, all of us. We always seeking truth, confirmation, facts, you know. Don't nobody want to endure blind faith, or hopes. We want to know, you know what I'm saying? And if we know it's inevitable. You get what I'm saying? Because you're putting your energy into it. You're manifesting that into your reality. You feel me? It's just like if you had to make an important call. You know the exact number to make that call. Like let's say here in America. To call law enforcement, police, fire department, 911, right? Ambulance. They are going to come sooner or later, right? That's the inevitability behind that fact. Because you calling that exact number made them come to the address you gave or the place you must be at a certain time. So I just thought that'd be something very intriguing to talk about tonight. So I guess let's get started. Let's see here. Everyone seeks faith, truth, confirmation. No one can really endure on blind faith or hopes. The stress and cares of life without facts about something, like knowing the exact phone number of an important call or address of a place you must be at a certain time. To not have facts, to feel pain, fear, danger, but not know why or where to go to have it taken care of. That's blind faith, you know? And we don't want to deal with that. We want to know facts, not a life or not a life to death that cannot ultimately be proven. Now we're about to get into the conversation of God. Atheists cannot prove there is no God or God is just religious people. Let me say that again. Atheists cannot prove there is no God or gods, just as religious people cannot prove that their God or gods exist by faith and belief only. You follow me? And so they create other titles. Now, by creating these other titles, I believe you're walking in blind faith, trying to make a faith true or believable. Now, when this occurs, I think it happens with the person individually, you know, and makes it relative to other people. Facts are unavoidable even if we only choose to have facts in our own existence. You feel me? Because you got a lot of people around that like to have an imagination and expand it beyond belief. But facts are very important to you and I. We must know these facts so we can get a better understanding of our reality, the world, of the reality we're living in, and we can understand things better. What is to be decided is what evidence do we think is pertinent? How are we going to interpret the evidence and who finds it? This is a good question. So now we got to question facts because some people take faith and beliefs and make them facts. Ask yourself, who is your mother? Let's stop right there. Ask yourself, who is your mother? What's your mother's name? That's a fact, right? When you say your mother's name, you know that to be true, right? She comes to mind because you know who she is. Now, who is your creator? God, Lord, Allah, Rab, Jah, Yahweh. You don't get an exact. Now, when I say that, because people interpret the creator, God, Lord, Allah, Rab, Jah, and Yahweh differently. So this comes back to when I say people take faith and belief religiously and make it a fact. One is fact and the other is fiction until confirmed. So let's go over that again. I'm going to ask you, what is your mother's name? You know that to be true because the fact is that's your mother and that's her name. Now, when I ask you the same thing religiously about the creator, God, Lord, Allah, Rab, Jah, Yahweh, you don't get that exact answer to be fact like your mother's name. And I just said it 3 times. It's because you make faith and beliefs fact. You follow me? Hope you guys enjoyed that first part so far. Huey P in the building. Peace, Huey. How you doing? There's no There are no limitations in finding facts when you compare religion to science or scientific methods of proving. The process defined by that which is measurable and repeatable. It speaks to issues and their ultimate origin, as well as people, places, and things. Where did they come from? How long? How did they come about? Genetics, not control of other moralities or lives, such or moralities or lives for such answers. Scientists depend on what was recorded, found, read, and confirmed to be the way the people really lived. Facts, not fiction. Whereas religious beliefs cannot be found or confirmed. Just what man wrote down and claimed as coming from an unproven spirit called God. They make the claim that their God, Lord, knows about the smallest details of our lives, but doesn't and will not, nor has stopped all the sickness, evils, wars, killings, destruction of nature, and even their own human bodies, minds, and birth defects. He does not help or prevent. That's just something to think about. That's just something to think about. Now that we talked about inevitability of facts, science, we're going to go to creation and evolution. The first fact is you yourself, your parents, their parents, and so on. If you're listening to me, you're confirming the confirmation of existence. The place called Jerusalem, or the Vatican in Rome, or Mecca, or in Arabia, none of the above mentions or confirms that facts are needed. All right. When it comes talking about something religiously, they don't need facts. It's only beliefs and are not argument of their God's existence. It's only beliefs and not arguments of their God's existence. A God each claims is partial to their rituals and them as chosen ones that their God would not protect in other children of the world unless they all convert to their races and religious beliefs. So basically, what I'm saying is wherever you go, people are going to have their own beliefs and they're going to portray these beliefs as facts to be true. Quentin Emerson in the building. What's up, brother? Peace to the God. So, a lot of people misuse fact from belief and faith. And I just wanted to share that. What is true? Let's talk about genetics. Chromosomes are microscopic bodies found in cells during division. You receive 23 chromosomes from your mother and 23 from your father, giving you 46. Now, different species, it depends different. Some have 47 and others have 48. Humans that have 47 chromosomes that have an extra Y usually occurs with males. Some name for this is called the Jacob syndrome, Carl type syndrome, or you can just say the YY syndrome. The unbalance of the chromosomes they have with the extra Y chromosome in each of their body cells. In another case, they will carry an extra Y chromosome in only some of their cells called mo. In either case, neither is inherited and is from a random act during cell division. Some genetic disorders that result are them having learning problems, or they're usually taller. Small percentage of males are diagnosed with autistic disorders, which includes developmental conditions that can affect communications and social interactions, such as a delay of speech development and language, slow development of motor skills, which affects walking and sitting, overall weak muscle tones called hypnotonia, including hand tremors and other involuntary motor movements. Now, this is occurring with extra chromosomes. You're not going to talk too much about that, but let's get into how many chromosomes things have so we can get an understanding, right? Because we have a shitload. So let's go into the fruit fly. Fruit fly has 8 chromosomes, but it's very intelligent. A domestic pig. A pig that is about to be slaughtered has 38. A lab rat has 42. Gorillas and chimpanzees has 48. That's very intriguing. An elephant has 56, and a donkey has 62. A dog has 78. Sir Drop, peace, peace. Backpack Zoe, peace. Appreciate y'all coming in, man. Just talking about a whole bunch of nothing. And these are all facts. Why? Because science proves it. Now you can make it arguable upon your beliefs that, oh man, that's wrong and that's wrong. But it's a fact. Your mother gives you your mitochondrial DNA, the gene proven to be transferred from mother to child. Now, history shows there was a mitochondrial woman that gave birth to the whole existence of a people. That's the fact. Came from this one woman. Off this one woman, her seed spread it to many. The mitochondrial DNA is also to be proven to be the gene that produces nearly all the energy to keep the cell alive. You know, that shows how strong the woman is and how much energy she gives to you to create this life. Like my mother gave to me to create this life I'm living in, this reality. It's something amazing, right? It's something I would have never comprehended, when I was a child. But the fact is, the mother is the female, the keeper of all our family jewels and our genetic past and future. Now we get a little bit from the male, and I just discussed that. But the mother is like that golden ticket, or If you ever seen that TV show Heroes, that was this one girl, they called her the cheerleader. The show used to come on NBC back in the day. And her name was Claire. And they called her the catalyst. So through her blood can alter anybody's DNA through her blood. And basically it's just saying that, can determine the past and the future. And due to these facts about the mitochondrial DNA, mother was before father. Women existed before man. Now, these are facts proven by DNA studies, by science. Now, here is where people can get argumentative and they can reference, well, the Holy Bible said man came first. It's just something to think about. And I want you to get a sense of women existed before man because women gave birth to man. You get what I'm saying? There's no mitochondrial DNA of a man that spread it out his whole seed throughout the world, but there is evidence and scientific studies that prove that a woman gave birth to a whole people. Is that my motherfucking boy, Illustrious Cook? Peace, Cook. Welcome to the show, man. Now let me keep going. The male grows out of the female. She was, in fact, first. Now, yeah, you could say, oh, well, the man had sex with her, but this is what makes her first into your reality. Your mother bared you, you were in her for 9 months, give or take. So that's the best kept secret. It's the best to be made known right now. That your mother was in fact first in your reality. Your daddy made the seed that went up in her, but she gave you life. She gave your cells energy through her DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. She is our creator on the physical Adobe. Before the X chromosome became defected from X to a Y to become XY or from XX. You feel me? It all started with the mother. Now, this is where I want to come to and build on this and talk about a gender. There is no etheric gender. So when we're talking about the etheric gender, I guess we can build on the other plane of existence or the Akashic records, that realm, the realm out of our reality. There is no there is no gender. And another thing, the word ether came from Greek, which meant upper air. Upper air translated into English roughly the sky. The sky translated into the Bible as the firmament. So all these things are one, but depending on your beliefs and understanding, you're going to call it something else. So the firmament, dome, ether, sky, it's all the same shit. People just build on it differently. Now let's talk about the 9 principles of our existence. The 9 principles of our existence. Number 1 is the spirit, right? Because the spirit gives us breath. We breathe, right? The second is mental. Gives us the power to think, discernment, learn, read, see. Physical, touch, taste, eat, take a shit on the toilet. The fourth is the soul. The soul is the essence of you. Number 5 is plasmatic. Plasmatic is the universe inside you, your cell bodies, and everything interacting to keep your body going. Just like when your nervous system gives you a sign or your stomach starts growling, oh man, I'm hungry. I got to eat me something. You know what I mean? Number 6, etheric. Now, etheric, that is something amazing. Or you can just say unk. And when I say unk, you start, okay, I didn't heard that before. The etheric gives you the energy to create thoughts, which shows that every thought you done had has already been thought of. You're just are experiencing for the first time, as you know. Number 7, emotional. Y'all get emotions. You get mad, get happy, sad, get excited, overwhelmed, tired, sleepy. Number 8, senses. Right? When you touch something, it has a certain texture to rub across the tip of your fingers. Right? It could be rough, rugged, or you could touch something and be hot, it'd be cold. You can smell something. You can smell dinner cooking, like, man, that shit smells so good. I'm ready to fucking eat. Right? And then 9, sparks of power. Or you can say Sakon. That is what gives you everything. I got 9 people watching, and I'm talking about the 9 principles of existence. That's amazing. Peace to everybody tuning in. Backpacks, oh, I see you out there in the chat, man. How you doing? Yeah, right now we're just talking about genetics and deoxyribonucleic acid. That's really all I wanted to shoot out in this video. Let me pop my camera up. I know it's been a while since I did a video, so I thought that I would do a video. I got 29 comments, so if I can, everybody that's tuning in, if I can, let me share some of these comments. I had my boy Knowledge for Ignorance came in. Brother, I hope you tune in to this show in the morning. Hope you taking some of the information. Hopefully it was helpful for you. My boy Sir Drop came in, said, "What's good? What's up, Sir Drop? I appreciate you coming by, showing your support. Health is wealth." And this is my boy Fat Vegan, man. What's up, brother? It has been a long time, man, but I decided to do a video tonight. You know, I wasn't doing too much of nothing. At the beginning of the show, I displayed a little bit of flyers I had made for my channel, Knowledge Uprising, you know, just something. And I talked about the significance of the tiger. Now, if you can or miss it, I will expound on that later. In this box, I'm always talking to people and building with people about things like this, what I just talked about. And I really like my voice to be heard, or people to get an understanding where I'm coming from. When I say I am God, or I don't believe in Jesus, or, you know, just like certain things I build about. I want them to get a better understanding of me. You know, I don't want to leave them with, oh, check out my YouTube channel, Knowledge Uprising. I see the person again, they don't forget what my channel was. So I did a different approach. I showed you the flyers, and I also made shitload of business cards. I got a bunch of Knowledge Uprising business cards in this bitch ready to go. So, you know, every time I talk to somebody, I just say, hey, take a card. Check out my channel. You know, it's something I did. I thought that would be very important to the growth of my channel. It has been a long while. And my good brother, Huey, came in earlier. Peace, Huey. And I checked out your show earlier, man, and I must say, bro, it was quite intriguing. Didn't know all that was going on, man. I done missed a lot. Then my boy Q came in. Peace to the HOTC. HOTC, stand up. The House of True Consciousness, or whatever acronym you want to make for it. Do your thing. Now my boy Backpack Zo, shout out to him. I appreciate you coming in. Let's see here. Oh shit. I had my motherfucking boy come in, Illustrious Cook. I appreciate you coming in, brother. I really do. It's been a long time, man. Ain't heard from you in a while. Christopher Cobb came in. And I'm glad you appreciate that knowledge, Christopher. You know, and tune in to more of my shows, man, and check out a couple other shows that I done did. You know, maybe they'll be very enlightening to you as well and informative. So now, if anybody is willing to come in and chat a little bit, because I done did about an hour, so I can say the hour that was a good lecture. on just building on the things I thought that was important. So now that we got that out the way, anyone that wants to come in is more than welcome. If you want, and we can build on any topic you would like. So I'm about to put an invite in this chat. Let me see here. I'll copy the clipboard. Okay. I want to say I did an hour. I probably did about 45 minutes, but I'll say an hour. There goes the link right there. Come on in if you're willing to come in. Welcome to the show. Appreciate everybody that's been tuning in this evening. This has been a chill ass show. And we can possibly build on some of the things I was alleviating, if you like. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes. Lustrous Cook says, today's been crazy, bro. I caught some of Sanchez show and Huey P show. I got much love for both of my brothers. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch Sanchez like that no more. I can't even, I don't even watch his show. And to be honest, truthfully, this information is irrelevant to me. Irrelevant. But shout out to him because he's doing his thing. You know, shout out to the brother doing his thing. He helping a lot of people with their information. I watch Huey P all the time, man. That's my motherfucking brother right there. Peace to the God. But yeah. That's what I gotta say about that. I didn't even pop that up on the screen. Let me pop that up so you can see when I was responding to everyone. Now, like I said, there's a link in the chat if you would like to come up. Come on up, everybody. Let's get a panel going. An hour and 6 minutes in. I've been talking about a shitload of information. And I would like to get some information from the family as well. There was something I wanted to show you all, but I would have to go through my laptop because I don't have it here already in a tab. So I'll do it later, or maybe do another show. NRG Day Moon, what's up? You just missed a good ass build I did. Well, it looks like I have one person coming in. Click on the link if you want to join in, or just want to start a conversation and build. And welcome to the show. Cook, I'm adding you in, brother.
What up, brother?
Nothing much, man. How you been?
Out here chasing this, what I think Huey called it fiat. Out here chasing this fiat, bro. But
already, man.
Yeah, the last comment I made, I had a long night last night, so I kind of slept in a little bit, and I saw the bros.
Yeah.
his post. What happened between him and Huey? You know, so I was in between. I was trying to catch the whole thing, but I was dozing off and, you know what I'm saying, trying to handle stuff around the house, you know, and I
already.
ain't get a chance to hear it all, but I know they had some kind of misunderstanding. It was him and Huey and Drop, you know, but the reason why I said that is because I got love for all the bros, you know, and we all don't agree sometimes, you know,
That's fact.
and I feel like, now this is just my own personal opinion. I feel like,
oh, hey, brother, you good?
you know, I feel like if I got a certain opinion on something, I should be able to say it. You know, like
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like let's say I didn't agree with what you said about the woman being the mother, and I call Huey P, and me and Huey P talking. I'm just using him as an example. Me and Huey P talking, right? So I tell Huey, I said, man, did you hear Knowledge? Man, that nigga was on there talking about, goddamn, the woman is the queen and this, that, and the third. Man, what the hell is that shit about? Now, see, if me and Huey having a conversation, we just having a conversation. It ain't necessarily no hate on you. You know, I still got love for you, but we just having a conversation. I'm sharing my opinion. You sharing yours. And it ain't nothing I'm gonna say. It ain't nothing that I'm gonna say about you that I won't say to you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know,
that's a fact.
I get on the live. Yeah, I get on the live and I say, well, shit, yeah, I said this, you know, but ain't no hate. You know, and I just think that a lot of times it's a whole
man,
lot
I
of
appreciate you tuning in to me talking and running my mouth, man.
Yeah.
I just thought it was I gotta share information with the people, so you know that's what I do. And I thought that should be shared, you know, just that little bit of information I did talking about deoxyribonucleic acid, you know, I thought it was important. Belief, faith, you know, and facts. You know, that's something important that we got to take into consideration in our reality, you know.
And it's also something that they won't teach you. You know, they
Right.
won't. That's not on the agenda at school. That the mother, you know, that the mother is the queen of the earth. You know, we all come from our mothers. They want to talk about the men, George Washington, Christopher.
Talk about all the great things they did, but let's get to the core of it, right?
You know what I'm saying? You don't talk about the mama though.
Yeah. Now say that again, bro, because you was going in and out, brother.
Now, what I was saying is, they won't teach you this kind of stuff in school. They don't reverence the woman, the men, and what they've done, but they won't tell you about the women. You know, we got a couple of women out there that they talk about, you know, during Black History Month and stuff like that. You know, but they don't reverence the women like they should.
Yeah.
Without that woman, would none of us be here. I'm talking about none of us.
That's a fact. That's a fact, brother. Yeah, man. I said it's been a while since I did a live, so I made it my point to do a show tonight. I had to. It's been too long, man.
Yeah,
I was missing everyone, man. I was missing this. I said, man, I gotta.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I was hoping Drop and all them come through, cause I know, like I said, the day been crazy, man. Just some of the live streams I got a chance to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of fussing. And
well. Hopefully, this live stream just gave the whole crazy day some balance, to the people that tuned into it.
Exactly.
Hopefully, it gave them some balance.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
All right. NRG Daymoon. Yeah, man. I seen your comments on another video I did, and I appreciate you coming by. And shout out to Drake, aka Spirit Lightbody, doing that video, and just showing some love. And shout out to Real Talk 187. He did a video where he displayed my channel, and he was showing the channels that he liked and the channels that you would subscribe to or should subscribe to. So I appreciate you coming in and checking out my live. You can go back to about 30 minutes. I say about 30 minutes when the show first started. And that's about basically where I started just building. But I appreciate you coming in. Much love. All right, Cook, you got the floor, brother.
Hey, I wanted to ask you some knowledge. Have you ever heard of a time when they said that women had the immaculate conception on their own, like a woman could procreate without a man? Have you ever heard that theory?
I heard of that theory, but oh man, that's a strong ass theory. And when I say strong, I don't know if that could be proven. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
But now,
when
but now,
I
but now, but now, that's just me going against my beliefs because I don't know the fact. So I would have to do some further research to come to a conclusion to that answer. But it's very intriguing. Kind of like an Amazon. Don't need no man. We don't need no man. You know what I mean? But that's a good question, brother. I'm gonna look into that.
yeah, because when I had a conversation about it, it sounded a little far fetched to me.
Yeah. You don't went out again, Cook.
Time.
You went out.
How about now? Can you?
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go. You good now.
yeah. They said that it was at a certain period of time, where men was at war with each other, and it was the desecration of this and desecration of that. So the women, it was supposed to be some like a certain tribe. I think they was in Africa.
Yeah.
I think they said it was in Africa, and they were able to procreate on their own. Now, what I took from that, I started thinking about, not that I believe that there were dinosaurs, but they said that certain types of dinosaurs were able to lay eggs without, they became fertile without a male, and they laid
Yeah.
eggs. So
Mm.
when I started thinking about that, I'm like, okay, well,
Well, the
a
system,
woman,
just the whole insides of the body would have been different for them to lay eggs. It
yeah, but
wouldn't be the particular body that a woman has now, and to give birth. It would have been, I don't know, the insides of a woman would have been totally different. That's just my perspective of listening to you build upon it right now.
and see now,
So now if that's the case, then there wouldn't have been the women that are walking on earth today. It would have been some other type of species of woman. It would have been some other type of species of, maybe not even human. It would have been something other than that for that to happen.
and that's something to definitely consider, because I know that, and I can't prove it, but they said that there is a science that says that women are born with a certain amount of eggs. Like every woman, from the time she's born, she's already equipped with how many children she gonna have,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
how
But
many
but
how
see, but
many
see
she
that
could possibly have. You know what I mean?
yeah. But see, that egg is different from an egg that a woman will be laying, because that egg eventually turns into a fetus, That now speaking on women laying eggs, that would mean that the fetus would grow inside that egg, after they push it out. I gave birth to that egg. It's just something that's very uncommon with the nature of a woman's body now. But that's very intriguing. That's very intriguing. Oh, oh, there we go, Cook. I got you. Bring you back in, man. There you go, brother. I got you back in.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I guess he dropped me off for a minute. But I didn't catch the
Yeah,
last thing you said. What was the last thing you said?
I said there's a big difference, between the woman having that egg turned into a fetus, and then a woman getting pregnant, growing a egg, and then actually giving birth to that egg, and that egg has a fetus growing inside of it that hatches and gives birth. The egg gives birth to a human with it. It's just something different. That's not normal with the type of way that things work with the woman body now. You there, Cook?
Yeah.
But that's like I said, man. That's something to think about. Well, Cook done dropped out again. Cook, you must be driving, man, because you're getting some kind of crazy connection, brother. To anybody else that would like to come in, I'm gonna send out the link one more time to people that would like to come in and build for a minute. So they go to the link right there. If you want to come in, just simply click that link and I will bring you in live. That's all you have to do. Shout out to NRG because she's going in the chat. Appreciate the support. Christopher as well, and Mike. I see y'all. But yeah, I just decided to do this because it's been a long ass while. I ain't did a show since October. And it was the end of October. Uh, I think my last video was October 30th or 31st, I want to say, while I was building about John Africa and the movement out in Philadelphia, and when the Philadelphia Police Department bombed a communal house that the movement was staying at. You know, tongue twisted myself for a minute saying move. Man, this has been a good ass show. Chill as hell. Cook done came in. was good to build with the brother for a minute. You know, he brought up a lot of interesting things. But here goes Mike. We got Mike coming in. Let's bring Mike in. Mike, I ain't seen you in a minute, brother. Peace, brother.
What you on, Knowledge? How you feeling, my boy? Let me take my motherfucking
Man, I'm
headphones
feeling
off.
considerably well, man.
What you got? How you what we building on?
Oh well, man.
I'm always the last nigga to a party.
Yeah, I was just, man, talking about a lot of things, man. I started off I ended it talking about mitochondrial DNA and genetics. I started off the live stream talking about belief, facts, faith,
Okay.
and then I went to talking about creation, and I built about the
Well, this was just my last thought. So
uh-oh.
that shit they can't do. I don't know if you can see what I'm going with this.
And
I'm
I
gonna
was
start
talking
like
about the 9 things that gives us existence. You know, I was talking about chromosomes. I was talking about a lot of things. But I'm about to present your screen because it looks intriguing and I want you to build on it, brother.
we can build together, gang. You know how we do it.
All right. I just got you on screen solo because so the audience can see it better, you know.
Let me give you the overview and what I was thinking about. You know how they say only God can judge us, and all this. So it's really like I'm really seeing the code with this shit. Like as you can see, I got Christ. That'll be the C. Adam. That'll be the A. The Satan. That'll be the S. And then the Eve will be the E. And then do you take them letters that'll make case? And that shit hit me when I thought about the only God could judge. How God is the judge.
Oh,
And then I'm
shit.
getting case in the box. And then from that,
Okay.
I get breaking down these words and the sounds and shit that they make, and then
Yeah.
playing with them, reversing, and I'm getting all these words and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just flipping around. Like I only played with the Christ word. Like I ain't get that far in the Adam and the Satan and the Eve. Like this shit a fresh thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me see.
Case equals court. Case you have a case in court.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, you get one. I'm thinking.
Man, this is intriguing.
All right, now I'm gonna check this out. Let me start with Christ. Okay, boom. This now I'm just going through the steps of how I look at shit. Okay, I know that CH in this word. You know what I'm saying? It's crop. It's silent with the crop with the K. So I just write that down in my note. We gonna come back that to that. You know what I'm saying? Like K sound.
Okay.
And then from that, okay, hold on. Now I gotta play with this shit. Crisis. Okay, now from that, okay, I got Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crisis. This is all that's coming off the word. And then I take that. The vowels are irreplaceable. I take that R-I, and I can make that a R-E, a R-A. You know what I'm saying? I could just flip the vowels. I could just change the vowels out and play with this
The
shit.
RA
So
is rock in reference to God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now R-A. Then I see right. C, and then I boom.
What we can do with that H though? I'm very intrigued to what you can do with that H.
I mean, you can do a lot. You can do a lot. You can do a lot with the H. All you do is got to find out how they work. Like I say, this is a fresh thought. So as we going, I'm still playing.
Yeah. Peace, Huey. I see you in the chat, brother. They keep kicking you off. Come back in. Just click back on the link. Come back in. Yo, NRG, you more than welcome to come in. Anybody want to come in? Y'all just hit the link and come in, man.
All right, let me put the phone on charge so I don't die. Let me reposition myself. All right, boom. Now, let's take a look at this Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, now boom. But you know it, and you know how the Mexican and Spanish say it, they say like it's pronounced Jesus, right?
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah.
So this J-E is making an H sound, right?
Yeah.
So watch this. Now, if I pronounce it like this, it's just he's us, right?
Yeah, he's us.
Boom.
And see, that's what people want to think. Jesus is the embodiment of us. Okay, I'm following you. That's why, okay.
God the judge, right?
Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
now that's in the Old Testament. It's the New Testament, Jesus will be the judge.
Right. Yeah.
And nobody go through
I'm
God
saying,
but
I'm
through
just
Jesus. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Okay.
okay, the J also make the G sound. You see you
Yeah.
see what I can say? J. That's why it could go from God to judge.
Judge. Yeah.
And so we do okay, God judge, and this is how you get all the guidelines and the guides we gotta follow. You know what I'm saying? It's the guidelines, it's the laws, the
Yeah.
guides, the guides. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can continue building on. I don't want to hold the mic. I like
Oh
to
no,
let
bro.
everybody.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. You good.
Okay, and I also got and I also got like technology out of the Christ, and I'm gonna tell you how I did that.
Yeah.
This one of my favorite ones. Let me see. I wrote
Expound on
Christ
that,
out.
brother.
I wrote Christ out, and now I did the same time, man. Me and Huey and shit be talking about the say 10. I just flip
Yeah.
it and start at this T. So okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
play with it. I'm gonna just write it out. T. Boom. IS. That backwards is C, like SI, like as the Spanish say C.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
So I canceled that C out, canceled the R out, and I got H, like technology. You feel what I'm saying? Like these words when you flip it, these certain words that come about and then have them up how we being ruled over and shit. It's like this shit is more than just the script and all the 10 commandments. It's like it's a code, like you gotta see through that shit.
Yeah. Man, I'm liking this shit. You know, I
And
like it
then I
when
was
you break down the words, man. Like with
okay,
your
go ahead.
way you do it. I
And
think
then
it's
I was fucking around with this a little minute ago.
okay.
And basically what this is energy, like the Tesla shit. But I synced
And
it
see,
to
I
like
talked about the 9 earlier. You know what I'm saying?
that.
About the existence of creation and the 9 principles of existence.
And I
I'm
missed that
looking
part.
right
You see how when
there.
we talking about this truth, it always come full circle.
Yeah.
This is the crown of thorns. It ain't nothing. This is your Jesus crown of thorns.
Yeah.
Now, I stopped the pyramid in the middle of the nose, and I ain't go all the way down here because with this sense, everything about here is your air. You know what I'm saying? You got everything is about perception. You hear and see, and everything
Yeah.
from below this will be your intake. You know what I'm saying? The physical, like your mouth.
Yeah.
And if you look close to it, it's really like okay, your top half is the same as your bottom half, but just in an inhale, exhale way, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. That does. That does. Yeah. I'm following you.
In the same way this okay, forget the face. In the same way this energy thing working in our reality in real life,
Yeah.
the create use it to create us. You know what I'm saying? With these same laws. It's the way if you notice what the point that I ain't the best drawer in the world. I'm probably the worst drawer in the world, but like
It's all right though.
the way our hairline
We follow
is in
you.
sync
We
with
follow where you're
patterns.
going with it. Yeah.
And the way our eyebrows, you know what I'm saying? Where your air grow, your air, your H air, your whole air, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every foot is still on that pattern. And then you flip it to the bottom. It's the same. It's the same shit in my opinion. It's just in the inhale exhale way. So like
Okay.
your mouth. Okay. Ooh, I got to try for this shit. I'm forcing them. I'm glad I did this. Hold on, one more. Let me give a second to get together. I just got to find the page.
NRG say you're describing
I'm describing what?
my
I don't even know what that is. I swear for God.
Oh man, you got to look up my man.
Nah, no, I'm saying that to say is that like this shit come through me, like you know what I'm saying. I'd be a lot of times I get to explain this.
Yo, I can
Somebody,
agree with NRG saying the hair is an antenna. That's true. I believe your hair is an antenna because and I know Hugh was talking about black and white, but I'm just saying this just so general people can relate. Black people, their hair tend to coil up a lot, you know, kind of like if you was look at a spring or something. And most antennas, you know, they coil up, and we get our energy from the sun, so and from the thermosphere. So coming in with them radio waves, it sends signals to give our consciousness to make the decisions we make far as choices and just like when I said earlier, like everything you done did hasn't already been done because it comes from the field. You know, the field
fact,
is a collective consciousness that comes to all us. You know, I can agree with that.
facts. It depends on add on a little bit to it when I say like it's inhale, exhale with like our up and our high, our up and our lower selves is like our body is like a split image of itself. You know what I'm saying? Like your face is
Yeah.
equal to your sex parts, your hands is equal to your feet, your fingers, your toes, arms, legs,
And see, with saying
elbows.
that, that's because I believe everything has a purpose. I agree with that. But like your private parts has a purpose, your hand has a purpose, your eyes has a purpose, your ears, everything has a purpose to make this collective. You know what I'm saying? This collective governing
Yeah.
body. Yeah.
Man, I thought Cook was on here. I know he loved this type of shit.
Yeah, man. He say he kept dropping them off, man. I don't know, but it looked like he was driving.
Yeah, man. And it's like, man, oh, hold on. You can still hear me?
Yeah.
There I go.
And
I don't
talking
know what.
about Libra balance, I seen in the chat talking about that. Uh with my birth chart, my moon is a Libra and my sun is a Virgo, and my
I'm a Virgo
moon.
too.
So that's like when I displayed around comfortable around people. You know, I display more traits of a Libra rather than a Virgo. You know, I just thought that was interesting.
Me, I find it interesting too because I'm a Virgo too.
Yeah, that's my sun sign.
Oh yeah, I'm the 19th, so I'm like on the cusp of that shit. So it's some Libra in me
You
too.
19th. I'm the 27th of August.
Oh yeah, I'm the 19th of September.
Okay, that's what's up.
And that goes to what I'm saying. Like it's a number pattern. Like just off our numbers in certain ways in life, certain numbers is compatible. So these connections you making, if you motherfuckers was wicked on the number tip, like you could go and do the math. I say, you know what I'm saying, and see how
Yeah.
everything connects. It's two
and,
sides to
and
this shit.
see and see another word for math people don't understand. Another word for math is science. Math equals science. Just like our mind's eye got antenna equals attention because it does, because it brings the attention to your brain to stimulate that thought. You know what I'm saying? To manifest that into your reality. So I agree with you on that 100%. You know what I'm saying? Science is math because without that math, you won't have the understanding. And so science is the understanding of that math.
It is also your seeds. Like it is seeds, yes.
Yeah.
That's how simple this shit is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
spell two different ways, different letters, and then what I'm also learning about this letter shit is gonna be a little slow thought, but I
Yeah.
had wrote this shit out like in order going A through I is which is 1 through 9, and the second letter
Yeah.
is going 10, 18, which is another 9, and then where it finish off at 8 letters. You know what I'm saying? But the with the
Yeah.
numbers and where they place numerology, you know what the fuck I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I know what you're trying to say. Hey, it happened with me when I was saying move and movement. Yeah.
But
I got
yeah,
you, brother. I got
the
you.
number
Tongue
the number
twisted.
behind the letter is just as important because the number shows a behavioral pattern. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like this P is the 16th letter. No, now you gotta bear with me because I do a lot. You be with me with the books, but I gotta find that shit. Hold on, but
I'm
it's
following
basically
you, brother.
so it's
Hey, man, you good? You
like
good? You good?
it's like
I
it's the
appreciate you
16th letter.
coming in and presenting your information and knowledge to everyone that's tuning in tonight. So shout out to you, brother. I really appreciate it.
And I appreciate you for having me, gang. We inhale, we just breathe. The inhale, exhale.
Yeah.
If you
Cook, welcome back.
ain't go
Yeah.
okay. Now let me see. Now
Yeah.
this motherfucker P is the 16th. So they be in its higher, and
Yeah.
then if I add the 1 plus 6, in the higher state is 7, and if I minus it, 1 minus 5 is 5. You know what I'm saying? It's a 5. It's a divine. So I know 7 is several. So you know what I'm saying? This P gonna be used in several ways. In this lower self, it's a 5. So when we use it in a divine state, so anytime we use it like to divine, like describe like play or anything that's manipulating the elements. You know what I'm
Man, you know
saying?
what? I got a book breaking down some numbers. Like I swear, it looks just like the shit you're displaying right now on the screen. It's but just like this in one of my books. But keep going, brother. I'm listening.
Yeah, it on game, and I want to see that. I want you to speak on that too in a minute, cause like man, like cause that be bringing me joy. So like
I'll
when this
save it.
shit
I'll
started
save it for
flowing,
another.
like
I'll save it for another show. I'll save it for another show.
I
I'm
bet.
liking this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, baby, what I was saying, like, and we okay, boom. So but if I times it in its higher self, 1 times 6, you know what I'm saying? It's a 6. It's a mixed letter. It's a mix. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to throw it in the mix of everything. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's not just with this letter, that's with everything. Like I ain't really like with this N, like it's a fold, like in its higher state. You know what I'm saying? It's showing its behavioral patterns and why we use some of these motherfucking words and how we
Yeah.
using it and why we present it like the way we present it. And I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see where I can take it to. Let me see. Then there was some other shit I was just focused on time. This was another thought. I was just, you know what I'm saying, break it down time. That's how the P, that's how that P got into play.
Yeah.
I was, you know what I'm saying? The F and the P is the 6th letter. Remember, okay, we got past, future. Pay attention
Yeah.
to the first letter. Remember what I said about that 6? It's the mix. Now, when I
Mhm.
go back and look at these numbers and their behavior, P is the 16th. 1 times 6 in its highest form is a 6. I can changeable with that F. It's a 6. You see what I'm saying? You get where
Yeah.
I'm going with it.
Yeah.
And then from that, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like time. I break that down. It could be tie me, or if I flip it around, it could be item.
So
Because an
can
item ain't nothing but a receipt of time.
saying that and not just to move the letters around, but could time be entanglement? You know, because I heard NRG, she was speaking on in the chat about string theory. So could time be an illusion that creates entanglement?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with both of y'all. Definitely, time is definitely an illusion. And check this out. I'm glad you brought that up because, like, nobody's never really on the same time if you think about
Time,
it.
yeah.
Like,
Time
now
has to be time
break
has
down.
to
Look,
be created for people to be somewhere at a certain time, or just to know when events are. It has to be created. Time has a purpose for you to understand where you are in your day and your reality. You know what I mean?
yeah, I feel you. I'm behind you to infinity. And let's look at and let me break. I'm gonna simplify it too. Like, okay, like we got everybody know either your clock right now. You know what I'm saying? We got our different time zones, but like if it wasn't for this one thing saying, okay, it's this time, like nobody will never be on the same time. Like I'm really like trying to find the words to explain.
Yeah.
Damn, let me get like this, but damn, let me see. What the fuck am I trying to say? Okay. Say like, all right, boom. Say like we both got the same job. We both got to
Yeah.
get there. We both got to punch in at the same time. Okay, boo. I pull up. I say this because this shit did happen to me. Like I could pull up 5 minutes before I got to clock in, and there's another motherfucker pulling up, and he racing and my
running, and you know, man, I got 5 minutes. You gonna chill, but this motherfucker don't go. Yeah.
Right. And I walk in and pace, and no matter what, I'm always in there either a minute before the bed, minute before I said the bell, but minute before I got to clock in to 2 minutes. Like we not on the same time, so you get what I'm saying though. Man, I don't know if I dropped out. I'm still on knowledge.
Go ahead, Cook. Keep building, brother. I had around upstairs.
Come on, Mike. Go ahead, bro.
Basically, all right, bet I got you. Okay, basically, like this time. Boom. I just flipped it. And from that, I got all this, which I'm going to try to get into. I just break that down time. When I flip it inside out, I got meet. Vowels are irreplaceable, is where we meet at. And then from that, and from time, we got past, present, and the future. And from past, you know what I'm saying, we get the post, the fast. When I just put that F right there, you know what I'm saying, the past go real fast. I'm playing with words, but I'm doing it, you know what I'm saying, so I can try to make this shit all click. And from present, we get present. We're frozen in the present time. It's a phase. It's a song. You know what I'm saying? And then the future, this was my favorite one. Because for the future, when I put that PH, you know what I'm saying? You can see how we got a picture, a photo. It's just all from these player words. And then I had the thought about the memory, because we all know memory form in the one place of what we did. But I was thinking, like, okay, could a memory be both ways? Do your memory work in the future just like it do in the past? I mean, like, and that brought me to the thought of manifestation. Like, okay, if you could see it, you know what I'm saying, see some shit happening, just like you could remember some shit, you could bring it upon. You know what I'm saying? You can manifest these things.
Already. Got to bring Cook back in. He came out. He keep dropping off on me. Why are you dropping off like that? There we go. I got him in now.
What yo, Cook?
Boy, what the hell going on, bro? Long time no hear.
Yeah, man. How you doing, my man?
Pretty good. Hey, that's some good shit you breaking down. I like that face and them letters. That shit deep right there, bro. That
Yeah,
shit
man,
is
we get
deep.
back. Okay, boom. You talking about that?
Hell yeah, boy. Boy, let me tell you something. I don't know where I didn't see that, but I don't know if it was you, but I saw that picture before somewhere, and that shit right there is dope.
I was trying to get on somebody's live.
Nah, you know what? You might have did that when you remember when we did the other videos, the Ninth Chamber, and we did numbers on HOTC Universal. You might have seen it there.
Yeah, I know I done seen it somewhere, but that shit right there is dope, my nigga. And when you was talking about, I believe it, like I work and reverse, like that deja vu shit, and you know, like when you jump off into your dream state and all that shit, you see people you ain't never seen, then all of a sudden you meet somebody and be like, damn, I done seen you before. You know, I believe that shit right there, that face, that be that time traveling shit right there. That's that shit we don't understand.
Definitely. I would agree with you. That shit is like a deja vu feeling. Once it hits you or something, it resonates. You can't explain what the fuck it is, but it's just like a feeling. Like, Let me see. And this was my favorite. This another favorite too, because you know how they say God say I am what I am. Hold on, I can't hear. I can't hear you, Knowledge.
Damn, I had myself on mute. Didn't even know it. I said, you know how much energy you just bring by displaying that book and just breaking down your pictures. How much energy and how people react emotionally to that and how they can relate to that, man. It's something powerful, man. Something powerful. That's all I want to say, brother. Keep going.
Oh, I appreciate that. And vice versa, bro. Just when you ever have like, man, I was on Huey shit earlier. I was gonna try to break this shit down, but a lot of times I be on like other panels, like I'm not saying Huey, so that's my channels. I don't know all that shit, and that shit for a reason. Like this shit come through you. You know what I'm saying? It's because of your channel. This shit
Yeah.
get out. You feel me? So, like,
NRG, peace. Yeah, man.
exhale, like.
Peace.
NRG.
Thank you for allowing us to join the show tonight.
Man, no problem, no problem. I appreciate you
I just
coming
wanted
in and
to
joining the panel.
interject real quick.
Go ahead.
Thank you. It's really late. I'm up way past my bedtime. So
Hey, well,
really
you up?
interesting. Shout out
So
to Mike
you in the mix?
Corleone.
You in the mix?
Shout out
Go
to you
ahead.
too, sister.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Spirit Light Body.
Yeah, Spirit
I
Light
just
Body.
wanted to say,
Hey,
first of
Dre,
all,
stand up. Dre, stand up, Dre. And
yeah, no doubt.
thank you for shouting me out, Dre. You know what I'm saying? And I done did videos for Dre too. I done gave Dre mad appreciation like months ago. If y'all want to, just go check out. I'm sorry, I'm doing a promotion in the middle of us talking, but I got to. I feel it's only proper. Go check out HOTC Universal.
No
I have
doubt.
Dre up there. I have Area 51. I have Mike Corleone up there. I have my boy Knowledge for Ignorance, Huey P. I got Brandon David. I got everybody up there. Just go check out HOTC Universal and shout out to the HOTC. Go check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm up there as well. I'm building on Realms on it. Y'all got to go check it out. Go ahead, NRG.
Cool. Thank you. I just wanted to say some interesting things. Like, I'm not sure if everyone knows how their sun, moon, and their rising affects them. But with us being Libra, we're affected through air. So we're able to communicate with a lot of different light angles or angels. So when you're receiving these communications, you're getting them from higher light angles. But I just want to touch base real quick before I hop up off of what the brother was saying about memory. I was going to do a stream or a show on astral projection because I've been doing it since I was 8 years old. And what's interesting enough is during my research, I learned that when we go to sleep, there is a certain chemical that's released in our brain called neuroepinephrine that actually makes us or it attempts to make us forget the dreams that we're having. So then another thing that I discovered in my research is that we actually are sleep about 6 years of our entire lifespan that we're actually living. And, in ancient philosophy and texts, the time that we were sleeping was actually more real than the time that we were awake. I thought these were just all interesting concepts because you were talking about them. And when we're sleeping, our hearts start to do something when this chemical is released. Not only does it suppress our memory while we're sleeping, but it shuts down the nervous system, which is what's happening when we're astral projecting. And with that, it's releasing all these different chemicals, like to make your heart pound faster, because we're in a side rail vision or a peripheral vision. So I just wanted to mention that because the brother was talking about time, and I was like, wow, that's really interesting. You were talking about DNA and how these things activate within us.
That's dope because when you speak on my boy Huey, damn, I lost my train of thought when I seen Huey got them trying to come in. I apologize. It's gonna catch back up with me. I apologize. I apologize. This doesn't usually happen, but we're building on different conversations. We're going from here to there. I'm loving it. And I ain't been on in a while, so this is very liberating to me. You know what I'm saying?
Huey, what's good?
So that's essentially what I was saying. Sorry.
Go ahead, sis.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Nah, that's all I was saying. I was just saying, during my research and everything else, when you look at the occult and what's hidden, and I've studied this for over 15 years. I'm actually an ordained minister. I'm a tarot card reader, and I'm what they call a psychic, but ain't nothing psychic about it. When you deal with a lot of air, because I'm Libra and Gemini, I'm able to communicate with a lot of spirits. And the brother
Oh,
was
you
saying, "Yo,
Gemini.
I'm
Okay.
Virgo." I'm not sure who was saying that, but if it's the dude who's
I'm a Virgo.
talking,
I'm a
what's
Virgo.
funny
That's
about
my
that is
son.
time. That's your son. Whose son is it? Uprising or
That's
Colion?
my son. That's my son, and my moon is a Libra. And I think Corleone, he
Your
said
moon
he's
is
a
a
Virgo
Libra.
by nature, so his moon would be a Virgo too.
Okay. Well, that's just, crazy earth energy. And Virgo is the constellation of time. Libra is the constellation of Mayat, which is described as the 42 laws of balance, which, that's also interesting. He brought that up because that's describing the human body. But when we look at it in ancient texts, we're often like misanalyzing it and thinking that they're talking about something that has to do with us having judgment in the new aeon or the new world, but that's not. It's really a lot of misconceptions and a lot of mistranslations because, again, this is a bastard language that we're using and describe things, our descriptions of things that were given to us. If we had to just go and describe things on our own,
Yeah.
we have a hell of a time trying to, pull words from that. But I didn't want to hold you gentlemen up. You guys are doing a great job. I
Oh
just
no,
happened to
no,
jump
no,
on
no. You
and
good.
I had to.
You actually helping. You actually helping out the creative minds, and you keeping it going. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the things that come out your mouth becomes thoughts in our minds, and you give us time to regulate and put it together and think about it. Like you were talking about sleep. Now, every 3 hours we go in deeper and deeper in sleep. I don't know if you guys heard of
Right,
REM.
REM.
So yeah,
Yep, REM
REM.
sleep.
Yeah. So every three
And each
hours,
time
and
you hit
that's
a different sleep pattern, I'm sorry, sir.
no. Go ahead. It's just very intriguing
I was
because that is kind of relative to how people astral project because you can get into a state
exactly.
of sleep to where you think what you're seeing now is your actual reality, and then and then you can realize like, oh man, I'm in a dream state. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly. And each time we're accessing and we're going into these different states of being or these different realities, we're hitting these different brainwave activities in our brain. Because I was studying medication that affects, like, why is this serotonin affecting this wave and why is this affecting this? But I believe it's something like, for example, Libras deal with a lot of ruminating thoughts that they think are their own. So Libras tend to have a lot of depression. And I learned this by working with my clients when they're really receiving thought forms outside of themselves and they can't differentiate the two. So a lot of them take medications that aren't helping them because really it deals with cognitive therapy. But really what's happening is their brain is locking on an idea and it keeps going back to that. Now, the reason why I even go to that area to get to my point is because what's happening is their brain is trying to reset and is getting stuck in a gamma wave and it keeps repeating itself and trying to start over. And during this process, that creates a ruminating thought. And so you're right, you're hitting all these different brain waves. And when you're actually astral projecting, and I was going to do a video to tell people how to do it really quickly because I've been doing it since I was 8 years old, but I haven't had time. But the thing is if you're going to sleep and you keep trying to fall asleep and you wake yourself up and you try to fall asleep and you wake yourself up, at some point you're going to wake up and REM sleep and your body's going to be paralyzed. That's scary for people who don't know how to actually control that gift or
Yeah,
who
you're gonna be
haven't
actually in a
been
dream state and not realize it till you be like
exactly,
till you realize it. You know
but
what I mean?
awake. Right. It's
Yeah.
very frightening if you don't know how to control it and get out of your body and try to do those experiments, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, it's described in ancient times as witches riding your back, incubuses, succubuses. It has a lot. It's tied to demonic energy. Me, myself, I'm a spiritualist. I don't believe in good or bad energy. There's just neutrons and protons. It doesn't describe itself as bad energy. And I know that's kind of an oxymoron because we live in a very negative world. I don't want to
World, yeah.
take up the whole podcast and explain why
But see,
everything in this
negative
world is backwards.
is how we describe the world. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you're right. Some people, right. You know, depending on what your perception is, and like you said, how you see it, how you perceive time. You know, but we live in a living being, so that's hard for people to perceive. There is no night and day. These are chakras moving closer to each other. We live in a body of water. That's why we're currently influenced. We're being influenced by the current of emotion that we're swimming in. And I always try to tell my clients, they're like, how do you mean we live in water? We're in air. Well, this is just evaporated air, and we call it air because they told us it's air. But if you stand over a pot of boiling water and it evaporates, you can breathe that in. They have machines that's turning water into air right now. And so people don't understand that we're constantly swimming in a current, and it's energy in motion. And you will get washed up under the wave if you don't know how to balance yourself and have Libra and Maya with that.
She sound like me though. She sound just like me when I'm telling
I,
y'all that we living in water.
I was,
We living in water, and that you
I,
are water, and that we are
The
two
water is
separate
the
beings.
air. The
Yeah,
water
the
is the
water is
air.
the air, and you are one with the same. That we are living in this big fish bowl. Like I tell you how we in the bottom of the ocean, but we at the top of the sky, which is the ocean as well. But people don't understand that. It's like it's too far for them to look into they self that deep, because this is how deep that you are. When you go inside yourself that deep, this is how deep. This is what you fall into this sunken place, and you got to know how to catch yourself in the swim. You got to know how to gather yourself and catch your breath,
Peace, Brandon.
because the air will smother you. It will suffocate you. It's like when you get so deep, it'll be hard to breathe. It'll look like the sky's closing in on you. You ain't never looked at the sky, look like the sky was coming down on you. It's like it's like the fucking world is coming down on you. You feel like the sky's closing in. You getting tight and shit. Like, man, you gotta realize that's when you in this space, man. It's all about you, because you are the light in the water. You are the drop in the water that came into the water to be the ocean.
No, you make the light. You're not the light. You make the light.
Well, if you make the light, you are the light. Like
I
if the
mean,
creator
I
makes
can't.
you.
Well, no, the photons give us the perception of light, man. You
Right,
know?
what you pushing out your what you the energy that you are pushing out is what makes light, but that comes from the dark within. So you make the light,
Yeah,
and you are the light. You are the dark and the light. You are both. You are the spectrum in between the dark and the light. You are what light and spectrum is. You are the vibration of light. You are just vibrating at a certain energy where you are able to see yourself pixeling at this rate. You feel me?
yeah,
Where you see the fractals of yourself. You feel me? As it comes together as a whole. But if you spread yourself far out, if you backed away from yourself, you will start looking at yourself as everything around you, because the picture will have to come out in fractals.
I mean, yeah, yeah, and like you say, looking at yourself as you are everything, and that's something I firmly believe everybody should do. Because with you perceiving all this stuff through your eyes, it drops you. Come back in. But the way, like you said, you are everything, because without perceiving this in your reality, it would not exist. You know, it's just like saying that there's this penny here, but how do you know this penny is here if you can't see it? You know what I mean? What is
Right.
it?
If
And
if you
touching
wasn't here
that
to
penny,
witness it.
only touching that penny comes from the senses touching. You get what I'm saying? Physical.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I broke down uh, all them things earlier while I was talking about the 9 principles of existence. You know, and let me just say them one more time for everybody that's tuning in. Uh, Number one is spirit. Number two is mental. Number three is physical. Number four is soul. Number five is plasmatic. Number six is etheric. Number seven is emotional. Number eight is senses. And number nine is sparks of power. So that would be Ka, Ku, Kat, Bal, Kabot, Ankh, Haiti, Abub, and Sakum. Those will be the 9 principles of existence. Yeah.
I love that, bro. The
I
way that
love that.
you displayed those other that other terminology, because that sends out another frequency and a vibration into the wave. What that just did is just unlocked something else inside the brain. It just unloosened another chain. It's like when you got the keys to unlock the chains that's been keeping you with strain for so long. You feel me? And you finally got enough room where you can breathe and just you got enough room to reach and unlock your other arm. You feel me? It's like, damn, because those nine rules, laws of creation, right? Is the everything that it takes for us to be, and
Principles of existence.
and you can't have one without the other. Like the spark and the mind and the soul, the spirit, all of that shit is just one and the same. The air, the spirit is the air, the soul. All of that shit is just one and the same. They just had to be, they were just something that we seen outside of ourselves and that we realized that we had to have to be whole. They try to separate it. They try to separate us from everything more so than what was us, man. And once we realize that we are that, like you said, bro, we are everything, bro. Ain't no way out of it, man. When none of this shit exists, I can't even be here without you existing to have the thought to even bring me up. It's, man, we are here together, man. We are experiencing this life. It's called life. Everything is experiencing. They don't think. Do you think that deers and bears know that they experience in life, or do they call it life? Do they call what they experience in life, or do they call anything anything?
I was looking at this video, and it was a short story someone wrote, and they were talking about how they how they were born and how they perceived themselves and the reality in life, how they were a child, they grew old, they had kids and they died. And then when they died, they just went and had this phenomenon or something they couldn't explain, and they seen something else there. And the thing asked them, "What did you learn?" You know, it was like, "What you mean?" Well, what did you learn? It was like talking about all his experiences and all that. And then he said, "Are you ready?" And then the person woke up and he was a baby. He lived a life again, and he asked them, what have you learned?" Again, after he died, grew old, and died. And the story behind it is, that he did it so many times. He just asked, "Well, what is my purpose? And who am I?" And he said, "You are all. You are everything that has ever been, everything that has ever existed. Your purpose is to be involved with every situation, live every reality." And this is speaking on the soul, that you come back just to have a different experience so you can have that knowledge of understanding to elevate to that next plane, but you don't know it till you realize it. And so all them lifetimes you're just doing it repetitively, differently, and your whole purpose was to go through that experience to see what it was like to be a rich person, to be a famous artist on top of the world. Then your next life was to be a poor person, to live in the slums, to be homeless on the streets. But you don't know nothing about these past lives till you leave this plane, you know? Because as soon as you leave this plane, like I did that the Experience of Life. That was the name of the live. And I said when you die, you know what I'm saying, you close your eyes, you take your last breath, and then as soon as you take that last breath, you inhale your next breath and wake up a baby crying coming out the womb. Because your soul get passed on to the next experience, the next life, next thing you're supposed to go through. And it ties in with your birth chart, you know, because you be a descendant of something, you be a ascendant of something. So depending on that, you're coming back to make right with that certain situation or certain things or events that you've been through. You're going to live that purpose, but you don't know you live in that person. You're doing it willingly. You couldn't even remember what your first life was like. See, your first life, you choose the next life, and after all that, you experience 1,000 lifetimes, and you know what I'm saying, until you can raise out of that plane of enlightenment, you know. And it's thinking of the Akashic records, because right now we pass, we go on to the next existence. Now, some people say, "Oh, well, when you die, you go to sleep," but it's not the same thing as when you, yeah, karma versus dharma. There you go. There you go. There you go. But think about when you die, yeah, you go to sleep because you wake up in the reality of your mind. Now, when you wake up in the reality of your mind, it feels just like the reality of the physical form. You can't tell the two unless you realize you're in a lucid dream or you're astral projecting. But when you take your last breath in this body, the energy is gone for that body to facilitate in this plane of existence now, and you elevate with your soul up out of it, giving it that last breath, that last spirit to get out, just to go into the next. So now the question is, when you're a baby in your mom's stomach, and this person over there, this 90-year-old lady, takes her last breath, and then this lady next door to her is about to have a 9-year-old. And once she takes her last breath, that baby comes out, and it has breath, comes out whining, has the memories and traits of that old lady, but don't even know it. Like, well, goddamn, where they get? They always taking rags and setting them on the table instead of the dish counter. You know, why they always doing this? Because they're doing the traits of the last. You get what I'm saying? Of the last reality they knew, but they don't know it. Because as soon as you take that last breath and die in that physical form, when you wake up crying, you come into a new physical form and you lose all thought and recollection of that last reality. But I just thought I'd build on that.
Man, that was deep knowledge. Gang.
So everything we doing here is because of our last reality. The shit we did good or the shit we fucked up in our last lifetime.
Everlasting life, man.
We're trying to make it right with this lifetime.
This what everlasting life was about. You feel me? Was making it was right, and was only right was only about your
Yeah,
perception.
I'm
And your
glad you coming
perspective.
in with me, Huey. Peace, brother. Peace, man. My
Yeah,
apologies, I
man.
couldn't come on your shows, brother. I'll be at work and I
Oh
ain't have
no, you good,
time,
God.
man.
We be busy. We be out doing things in life, man. You out here. We still maintaining. We
But
know
man,
the truth, and we
but you
still
know,
in the shit, man. Like,
I wanted to talk tonight. I wanted to talk motherfucking tonight. So, you know, I built about a couple of things I wanted to build about. And I appreciate everybody coming on and, you know, expressing their sentiments. Man, I feels very good.
oh yeah,
Feels
you
good.
know it's always an honor being here with you, brother. You're a great brother, man. You know. Always, bro. Yeah, man. Our memory is taking over. This is why we feeling in this deja vu place. Like it's feel like it's something that we can do about our
It take
current
it, yeah, our
situation.
memory takes over, but our mind forgets. So all
Yes,
the traits we are doing are from our past life, but we
right.
don't know it. But
Because we looking in the mirror.
the
We looking in
memory
the
remembers.
hourglass. We staring in the mirror, and the mirror is showing us a reflection of our past life. That's why everything that's in front of us is in back of us. Everything that behind you is in front of you, but we can't see through the hourglass in that form. Because everywhere where you have been before. Like this shit has already been done. It already ended before it already begun because you done it all. You done tried to you was meant to experience it all. That's how certain things are where you at right now because you was able
Back,
to be there
back,
to experience it, to leave it
back.
there, and then come back to do something else again. So it's like you leaving yourself what they call it breadcrumbs. You leaving yourself breadcrumbs, and the more you start to pick it up, you get to find your way back. And like when you find your way back, it's like when you coming out that astro ram and you grabbing on that silver
Just
lining, man,
like
and that
just like
rope,
that Jaheim song. Trying to find my way back to
trying to find
you,
your way back.
baby. And see, when he's saying baby, he's talking about life, man. I'm trying to find my way back to what I know. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know it. Because when you wake up as a newborn, you forget all those memories, but those memories stay the same because those memories become you and you don't even know it. You become a
Yeah,
whole
the
new
memories
person.
stay the same. Yes, the memories shape your
But you forget
existence in front of
everything
you.
in your past life, you know?
Yep. Because it was the deep sleep that they put you on. It was the anesthesias that they put you up under, which was the drugs that they filled your body up with. Just feel it. Just think if you feel let a newborn baby hit a blunt. Just think of how high that baby would be. So just imagine the drugs being implemented into that baby is to put you in that deep sleep so you can go into that sleep where your mind can wander back into this realm and have to wake up and see that you back in this realm. They want to wake you up out into this damn sleep. Like they want to wake you up out. Like here you go, you right
So
here,
now
bro. This is
saying that, let's think of a better concept, right? Listen to this story because I don't know, I'm feeling it right now. Let's say there's this 26-year-old named John, right? And this 26-year-old named John has to go through a surgery and he's going to be knocked out for 3 days. So on the first day, John arrives to the hospital, and John is very scared about the surgery. He don't know what's going to happen. He's 26. He wants to live to see 30. Right? 3 days. We're talking about 3 days. At the same time, John is coming. His sister, Lisa, is 9 months pregnant, and her water just broke. And I'm gonna get to why I'm telling this story because I just found I said, wow. Okay, John is having a surgery, right? So John's having a surgery, and it's the next day, and Lisa is still in labor. The baby ain't popped out yet, right? So in the middle of that second day, John's still in the sleep after he had the surgery, and Lisa is having a baby now. So Lisa halves the baby, and the baby comes out whining. Same time John is asleep. Now, when the baby starts whining, John shit in the hospital starts going off, and he his life and existence of this dissipates, right? So it dissipates, and then this baby is born into the world. Now, at the same time, before John passed, right? Before John passed, he realized that he was seeing this different reality he couldn't explain. It was a vivid dream of him having thinking, oh man, this was the moment I was born, and am I seeing my life flash before my eyes? Elisa is having a baby. John don't know that, because he was knocked out, and then he died, and then Lisa has a baby boy, right? So John dies, and Lisa has a baby boy, and then she names the baby boy some other name or whatever. But the whole point I was getting to, uh, at the same time, John was taking his last breath. He was bringing his spirit into the baby, uh, for how close they were in the hospital at the moment. At the same time, he gave up his life for that child unwillingly, not knowing it. Because when that child was in their stomach, it it didn't have no reality. You know what I mean? When it came out and started crying, that's when it took its breath and it came into this world to experience reality. So that goes to back in 2013. My daughter was born. Now, my grandmother died around September 2nd, and my daughter was born December 21st. And I seen something I was reading upon. It was talking about how one person gives up their soul to let another soul in. And I don't know, I just was thinking about that and I just found it was fascinating. If you guys can follow me on that. Y'all got the mic, Huey, Cook, Corleone.
Yeah, I followed that. I wanted to ask a question now. Do you think that's the price that you pay? Because when a baby is born, if somebody is dying and then a baby is born, because when baby's born, they don't
Yeah,
come into the
that's what
world
I believe. That's
smiling.
what I believe. Every time somebody's died, it's giving a breath to let somebody into this world. I believe that.
And I'm wondering, is that why they come in the world crying? Because when babies come into the world,
Crying, you come in the world crying because you having your
they
last memories. Because
it
you know
ain't
how when somebody's
like
dying,
they smile.
they say they seeing the whole life flash before their eyes. And see now, when you're being birthed coming out your
Right.
mom and you start that first whine and you start yelling, that's because you're seeing your past life flash before your eyes, and your baby is scaring the fuck out of you. That's how you forget the memories of your past life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. Make a lot of sense
But
to me.
then but then you have the traits of all your past life. That's how somebody say, "Oh man, you act just like your grandma." Uh, damn, you look just like your uncle. You do the same things your sister used to do, or your auntie used to do. You get what I'm saying? That's because when you're coming into this world, you're seeing that whole past life flash before your eyes, and you're a kid, can't even open your eyes, don't want to open your eyes because the shit's so fucking scary because it's playing in your mind because you haven't opened your eyes and experienced what we're seeing right now. So you're going off them memories, and then when that breath or that spirit transfers to that womb, and when you come out, you're like, oh shit, this shit scaring the hell out of me coming out of this woman. And you start screaming and yelling and shit because you're seeing some some crazy ass shit you can't explain. But then you forget all that, and you get because you get caught up in to learning how to talk, speak, learning how to walk, learning what this color is, that color is, learning language, you know, theta consciousness. You go through
Now, do
all
y'all
that
think
shit so you forget
their
your
ancestors?
past, you forget your past life. But at that moment when that person is dying and then that baby is motherfucking crying, coming into the world. That baby's like, oh shit, I'm seeing all this crazy shit just happen. This dude was fucking around, got shot, and it was bleeding out, looking at the sky. Is this me? The fucking baby think it's having a lucid dream. And then you finally realize you wake up in this reality and you're born again. You know? No, you could have died on the surgery table. But that spirit got transferred to the next.
And you know what that made me think about? It made me think about that face that my man had on there, because picture that drawing being on a baby face. That would mean that when that baby come in, look at all the stuff that the baby's already equipped with. He don't know how to use it. Well, I ain't gonna say he don't know how to use it, but what I'll say is he got all that stuff, so immediately it's a brain rush. You know, he got the pyramid separated,
Yeah,
he got
like
the numbers
yeah,
all
like a
around it. You
sugar
know what I'm
rush, you
saying?
know? Yeah.
And it all coming, it's all coming in on him at one time. But then once he go to sleep, because you know, babies, they come out, they yell, they whine, next thing you know, they going to sleep. That sleep is calming them down.
The
Now
sleep
those
is calming
numbers
them
and
down, and
everything
then that
circling.
sleep makes them forget that them past memories. But them past memories are always there. That's why you start to show traits of your past life. You know what I mean? By doing things like how I said, like, oh man, you do that just like your uncle, or man, you act just like your daddy. You know, that's them past traits, not necessarily saying that your past like you were your daddy. You could have been some other person that showed traits as your daddy. Come on back in, Huey, to say the link keep knocking you out, man. But I don't know, man. I just got intrigued to expound on that. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about that.
Yeah, it kept knocking me out. But I don't know, man. That pic, I don't know why that picture just keep. It's like it's locked into my brain. Because when I saw them three pyramids, if you picture that on a baby, perhaps those three pyramids are symbolizing his three forms of life. He come into the world, he get, you know, he get older, and then he die. The three forms of life are already in him when he get here. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I don't know. Maybe that's just my mind just rambling.
I mean, I feel you because you're repeating them with your soul. You know what I'm saying? You go into
Exactly.
Now,
that
do
you go
y'all
into
think?
that etheric plane every time you die. You go into that etheric plane. You know where the Akashic records are. You going there. You know what I mean? And once you reach there, if you ain't did everything right, you got to do it again. That's why you got to live 1,000 lifetimes. It's kind of like karma. You got to live 1,000 lifetimes. It's not the karma what you do bad, and this is just karma, as in just life, just the existence of being. You know what I mean? It's deeper than cause and effect. You know what I mean? I mean, cause and effect. Oh, you telling me because I did something wrong in this last life, I gotta make it right with the next life and gotta do something different. And then I fuck up in this life, the next life, I gotta do that. Gotta do that 1,000 times. Yeah, deep shit, man.
Yeah, that is deep shit. Because the question I got to ask is, who is determining what you did wrong in
You yourself, the situations you went through, everything you did wrong,
is
because your next life, now you're not knowing you did it. It's like this. Your last life, right? Just listen. Your last life, you was selling drugs, doing all these wrong things, doing drugs, smoking weed, and all that shit, right? Your next life, oh, you hate drugs. You can't stand the smell of weed, cigarettes, and all that. You subconsciously doing something differently and changing your life without even knowing that that was your life. You get what I'm saying? Don't know you determine, but you don't know you are determining it. Like let me show you this book right here. Talks about the fields, power of thoughts, and all that everybody had. So you are doing it, not knowing you're doing it. You know what I mean?
That,
And like I
you
smoked the hell out of cigarette. You hold on, go ahead, cook. Go ahead, bro.
go ahead. You got the mic. I'm loving every bit of this. Go
No,
ahead.
no, that's mine. So like let's say this pack of Newports, right? I'm smoking the hell out of these. So that means I'm just speaking just off the top of my head. Maybe in reference, I was a 16, 18-year-old, and I was curious about what it would be like the effects of smoking a cigarette, or maybe even smoking marijuana, smoking a joint. I mean, reference, thinking about that. What would that be like? And then let's say, oh, I get into some shit happens and I die. So that next, like you didn't get to experience that, but you had to experience that because that was on your mind. And you do that. Then life after that, let's say you die from that shit and you experience that, and then you hate the smell of cigarettes. You don't want to drink beer, you can't stand alcohol, and it, depending on what you do, affects the next. You get what I'm saying? And the next is you, and the past is you, but you're changing you, making different use every time. You follow me?
Yeah, I follow you. I follow you. So let me ask you this. So basically,
Hold on, I
your
wanted to hear what Mike was gonna say because he said something,
yeah,
but
go
I
ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Coleon.
All I was gonna say is because that make a lot of sense. So that's why a lot of them gurus and they be talking about no wants or no desires and shit. They trying to get it in their
because you're
present
trying to
life.
elevate to the next level. You had them wanting desires, you're gonna stay down at this level and you're gonna repeat it or change it.
So yeah, I definitely yeah. So I feel a lot. I agree a lot with what you saying. Yeah, you put me on to some shit like, cause and it's funny because I was watching TV and I seen this story and the girl, she had lost her daddy, but when she went to have her ultrasound, and she got pregnant after he died, but she showed the pictures on the TV and it looked like her daddy that was kissing her baby through the ultrasound, and she broke down and cried and circled it. So that goes in a lot of what you just said, and I just seen that like a day ago, like, and it's all connected now. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, that makes good sense. What you were saying, Cook? Go ahead, bro.
Now, what I well, what I want to say now is like what Corleone just said about that them gurus, and he right. Like they isolate themselves, and they concentrating on no wants and no desires. And I think about that because you know, just me being a man out, I see a nice looking woman, you know, and I know ain't nothing gonna become out of it. But at that very moment, I'm desiring that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, whoo, boy, I wonder what it'd be like to get up in that. You know what I'm saying? So just at that very moment, I'm experiencing a want and a desire. So that right there could launch my ass back and make me come back. Cause bro, you lusting out the women. You gotta come back and get that straight. You know what I mean?
That's
But if
why I
I'm
told you, man. You make right with. That's why I'm telling you, man. That's why it makes sense, man. I've been reading up on this shit. I went to birth charts. Then I read, NRG. I just sent the link out again,
yeah,
but
get her back up here, man, cause I wanted to ask her something about that Libra, cause I'm a Libra, and I wanted to ask her something about dreams and stuff, but I saw she
yeah,
had left, so I ain't
but
say
but
nothing. But go ahead.
but man, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? I done researched different things like why kids act the way they do. I was studying theta consciousness, and then I looked at information about person being born and the person dying, and then I went to the birth chart and I seen how people do this, trying to make right with their past life and then the future life. So me, I'm thinking in my head, oh man, so this mean, oh, that dude done did something wrong. You got to make it right. So I made it all make sense to me, to where I could present it to somebody that can say, oh, well, damn, I never thought about it like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how deep that shit is to me. Go ahead, Cook. What you was I think who was that? Welcome back in, NRG.
Thank you. Y'all got me so interested. Y'all got me way up past my bedtime tonight, but this is intriguing.
Hey, NRG, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I wanted to ask you something about what you said. You said something about witch riding your back. Now, that's something my mom used to tell me when I was a child because I used to have these nightmares, and
Absolutely.
it was the same nightmare over and over. And believe it or not, right now I still have. It's not the same nightmare, but I still have nightmares, and I have them over and like the same thing will keep coming in my mind. Now, a couple of times I was able to get past them because it's like I wake up and I say to myself, I got to do this. Like for example, let's say I'm having a bad dream about somebody, jumping on me, beating me, murdering me, just literally beating me to death.
Right.
So again,
Is
I
that
got
what
to make sure I'm whooping it. I got to make sure that I'm the aggressor. I'm the one that's winning the fight. But I might have 4 or 5 more nightmares where I'm still getting beat to where I finally win, and then I won't have that nightmare no more. Now, does that have
Now
something to
listen.
do with my Libra dreams?
Hold on, before you answer that, NRG, you remember when I was telling you about John and Lisa? Now, when John was in surgery and he went under anesthesia, and then before he died, he experienced the moments of the baby after it came out the womb. You see what I'm saying? So John subconsciously, in his sleep, he was the baby at the same time he was dying. He was coming and going at the same time. So like let's say you're sleeping, you have this vivid ass dream, you're another person. Let's say you're actually are that person, and when you sleep, you experience all of that person traits physically, emotionally, uh psychologically. You go through all the emotions of that person, and then you wake up as you. But then you forget them because it's a dream, and if you're not focused in on it, 3 minutes after you wake up, you forget it.
Yeah,
So
so
let's
that's
say
interesting. That's
yeah,
why they recommend that people keep dream journals. Just wanted to throw that out there.
facts, and that I done heard that before, and I actually got one myself.
Yeah, I got one too. I start writing mine down.
I got one while I was talking about I had to be like 9 years old, right? And this seemed so real to me. I seen my mama. I had the Sega Genesis sitting on a like a little dresser. I had like a little 5 drawer dresser, little tall dressers we got in the hood. Had one of them with my Sega Genesis on top, and one of the box TVs. And I'm at the bottom of a bunk bed, and I'm crying. My mom comes into the room with a
Mhm.
green nightgown on, and I reach out try to grab her, and I fall. And then I wake up out my bed like, damn, I just hit myself. I done failed. You know what I mean? I think of that as in the same sense. I don't know. I just thought about that. You know, that's in my dream journal though. But go ahead, NRG. You got the
Yeah,
floor.
it's definitely interesting. Yeah, our dreams are more real than our actual reality. But the person who was telling me that they were a Libra, what's your name, sir? I'm sorry. What
My
was the
name
Libra?
is my name is
Huey? Is this?
No, my name is Reginald Cook. That's my birth name.
Oh, okay, Mr. Cook. I'm sorry. I was just trying to see who I was talking to. So, interestingly enough, I'm an empath. And so I'm going to tell you right off the bat that you have a gift. And so, since I haven't, whenever I do like reads and stuff like that, I'm able to pull up on things. So, first of all, if you're a Libra sun, you're actually not a Libra. That's how you want to be seen. That is your ego and how you want people to see you. You have access to that energy, but you are actually your ascendant and your reactions are your moon. So that's how that works. And that's really confusing to people. And people they don't never explain that. And so I'm not sure how long you've been having this dream, but this dream is hitting you from subconscious. And for some reason, it's judgment. And I don't know, it's since my father's from down south, I'm going to go back into this old south shit that they used to tell me. You ever had the dream about the snake chasing you? And they used to say it was an enemy and you had to turn around and kill the snake. And if you didn't, the snake was gonna keep coming back, and that was signs of possibly trouble, possibly having an enemy that you can't see. Did anyone ever talk to you about those types of dreams? Because that's similar to if the dream is you're continuously fighting, is similar to that energy that's happening right there.
Yeah, my mom told me that you're gonna have to find. This is what she said,
You're gonna have to fight it, right?
and I remember.
So
Yeah, she gonna have to do is you're gonna have to figure out a way. She clearly said exactly what you said.
right. You have to figure out a way to turn around and you have to kill it. But the interesting thing about what's connected to your energy source is that it keeps coming back and it keeps coming back and it keeps coming back. So I pulled three quick cards on you, and there is something going on with judgment. You need to have access to some water. And if you actually defeat this, you're going to have the world at your hands. I don't like to go too deep into it because this is like an open panel and this is a very private type of conversation that we're having. But essentially, that's what's going on. And it's weird because you're pulling something from your subconscious, which stores all of our memory banks from every single cell in our body. It's just like I said, we're a cell in a human body. We're very far removed from God. I've studied theology for over 15 years. I'm actually an ordained minister as well. And so, but I don't believe in any particular modality. But if I had to pick something between karma and dharma, I'm going to always choose dharma. I'm not coming back. I've been here thousands of lifetimes, enough to know and be enough of an individual to be able to be in my own weirdness and say I'm comfortable saying I'm not a human being, because people aren't even comfortable with that. You know what I mean? But the interesting thing about that is when you were saying that we were dying and coming back, just shooting over to Brother Knowledge, what he was saying about that, the reincarnation, is that each time we die, we're reincarnating in every cell in our body. So when people ask me, do I believe in God? I always say, yes, I do believe in God, but he's very, very far removed from us. They always go, well, give me an explanation of that. And I'm like, well, okay, we have all these cells in our body that's keeping us alive, but we don't know the name of our cells. But if they die, we die. We are living bodies in a body, just like they are living bodies in our body. And we were living bodies in a body. We were a sperm cell shooting into an egg. It was millions of us that got ejaculated at one time. We just happened to be the one that made it there. Those other sperm cells actually die and reincarnate not only into other humans, but everything that you see in this reality is a reincarnated human, including the shit that you think is not, including the food that we eat. That's why it's human DNA and bananas. And that's why they're doing more and more genetic modification. We're actually the artificial intelligence. I was just having a conversation with one of my clients today, and I was explaining that we're the artificial intelligence. They tell us the computers are, but really we're the energy source that's here on this planet. And it's something that's never really been done before because we're not quite alien. We have these human characteristics, which makes us humans. And that's what makes some of us empaths. But we also live in a backwards world. And if I went on and on, you guys would probably fall asleep. But I'm telling you, this shit gets so deep.
Hell no. Keep going.
Yeah,
Well,
please.
like, so the interesting thing is, Like when I tell people I don't believe in evil, they're like, well, how can you not believe in evil when we live in a world that, babies are dying, there's racism, this and that. First of all, if you have spirituality, you can't focus on none of that shit because all of this is an illusion. This world is an illusion. It was built by a god who is considered a trickster. And that's why if you even go back to Yoruba, the earliest people who were looking into astrology and where we were, it's not if the world is if it's flat, if it's round. It's like, what is it? Really is what we need to determine before we determine anything. Because I don't really care what it is. If it feels like wood, I'm gonna call it wood right now. But the interesting thing about this whole situation is that the God that created this world is not only ignorant, he's deaf and he's blind. And I'm not afraid to say that because I am a God in my own right. Now, I was stupid enough to follow this energy source here because it created something new, which it called gravity. And we believed it. And we came here because we were no thing in esoteric space. We were nothing. We were no form, no shape, no smell, no nothing. We were just existing. We all came here to have experiences. I don't give a fuck if that's to hit a crack rock, excuse my language. I don't care if that's to be whatever you are experiencing, that's your experience and what you came here to experience. That's a hard fact for people to actually realize that the creator might want to incarnate to hit crack. You know what I'm saying? To be a piece of shit, to be a great person. These are all angles. They're just different angles we're getting hit at. They're light angles or angels. So people always come and they say, yo, what's your name? Somebody came to my page the other day and it was like, yo, your name is Day Moon. And I get it, it's a space between a Day Moon. But now that's not what my name is. It's Demon. Because you needed an ancient guardian demon to have a genius. And what we look at as evil in this world is a perception that's been given to us. But when we're looking at something, we're actually looking at it backwards because we're taking it into our mind. It goes to that part of our brain, which is somewhere near the hippocampus, and it's coming in upside down. And then our eyes transmute the shit right side up. Everything in this world is exactly. Everything in this world is reversed. That's why the God of this world is considered evil by people who study the occult. Because if it wasn't, you wouldn't have to kill anything in order to survive. But the God of this world is actually vampiric as well. And so when I always describe that shit, I even had a video on my channel. I was talking about the chicken and the egg, and people wasn't getting what I was saying. And I was saying that if you raise a chicken from birth and it looks at you like God, and it sees you as only good, but you're hungry. Now the chicken's laid eggs and you eat the eggs. The chicken is looking at you like you're the most demonic motherfucker on the universe. But you're not. You're just hungry. And that is how these energies feed off of us. They don't look at it as good or bad. They don't, like when you call upon Lucifer, the devil, and the Satan, first of all, is three different descriptions of one person going through three different energies. Lucifer is a light bearer. Satan is Satan is during the fall, and the devil is in hell. These are three different energy sources. Some are more potent than others. Lucifer will come to you and you say, did you cheat on my wife? I want this energy. I want to know. He gonna come to you and say, yeah, he don't give a fuck if you're gonna go kill your wife or not. That's the light bearer. And it's not his responsibility to control your emotions about the energy you're receiving, because you need that balance, that Libra, that Maya, to let that shit hit you and say it's not me and roll off of you and not resonate with it. So we get hit with all these angles and we resonate with them because somehow we've been programmed to identify and to grasp these things and say, somebody comes to me and be like, yo, I think you're ugly. And I say, well, damn, let me go get blood injections because I think I'm ugly because I'm resonating with that. But if I don't resonate with it and I don't pay attention, then it doesn't turn into matter in the third dimension. But believe me, if you pay attention to it, you're going to get what you pay for.
Definitely. Man, I can listen to you talk all day.
God damn. Man, my brain is turned on, boy. Somebody my brain feel like it's on. That feel like it's on fire.
Oh, I feel the same way. NIG, could you break my shit down like you did Cooks? Because I'm a Virgo. September 19th.
You a Virgo. Oh, I was trying to say, like, it's funny because my mom is a Virgo. And so, interestingly enough, when it comes to the constellation of Virgo, they don't understand why their time is valuable. Okay?
I'm a Virgo also.
Yeah, you don't want to not show up on time for a Virgo. And that's because y'all helped build the constellation of time. See, we have these 12 houses. And people don't understand what the 12 houses, when you were building yourself, when you were a zygote, we don't start as an egg. I don't even know why they teach that. The egg does inseminate, the sperm does inseminate the egg, but then what happens is these streams start coming out into the womb and they start forming a ball. Yo, it's such an interesting process. If you get a chance, go online and look at it, how these strings. That's why I was like, yo, this is like string theory. But the thing with the constellation of Virgo is they built the constellation of time. So time could be more important to them than even money. They don't want to mess around. It's pressing for them. But again, if you're a Virgo, that's only your sun. That's only how you want people to see you. And so people have a hard time where you have to go and do your natal chart, like Knowledge was saying. That's going to help you kind of determine what you were in a past life. In my life right now, I had a hard time accepting who and what I was. I thought I was cursed. I hid my gift. I almost lost it. I was an esoteric gel. When I talk to people now, they look at me like I'm crazy because the stuff that I was afraid to say, I'm not afraid to say anymore. I tell people all the time, don't even forgive nobody. And don't think that there's a difference between a right and a wrong. When I tell people who come to me and they say, yo, I want to reach out to this ancestor because I might have a drug problem or da-da-da-da. Yo, the things that matter to us in this dimension, they don't give a fuck about in the next dimension. So they're not looking at you from heaven going, oh my God, look at you smoking all that weed. No, that's not what's happening. And that's programming to make you think some shit like that. Everything in this dimension is an illusion. Everything we're focusing on, from race to everything else. And I'm not afraid to say it because I'm a real spiritualist. And as soon as you start to get caught in these concepts, that's all you're going to see. At one time, I was so deep pro-black, and I still am black because I got to live in this dimension as a black woman. But at the time when I was pro-black, I couldn't look nowhere without seeing a nigga get shot. I couldn't look nowhere without seeing police brutality. It was taking over my world, and I was getting lost in the spirituality. These are all programs to keep your energy flowing in certain directions. And I think because we are melanated, we do have access to possibly something more, but it's being directed in the wrong place. We all got access to the melanin. I'm starting to believe it's not even that. Shit, I really am. I'm starting to believe all this shit. What they're saying, point to Africa as the motherland, your ass better look the other fucking way because there is something going on that is really extreme. And when birth popped up in, we'll call this the world, there was a fertile crescent and something was happening in all these different places. So why do they keep pointing us to Africa? You know why? Because they're trying to make us feel, they're doing the same thing, but in opposite ends and people can't see it. It's all a little game. It's all a puppet game. And I'm not even for kumbaya. I don't give a fuck. I don't support life. I don't. I'm not even gonna lie. You know, I'm a different kind of spiritualist. This is new programming. All the old programs are falling off and new programs are coming online. And so that's why I just kind of started my channel, was like, yo, but when I get on my own channel, the air catches me and I don't know what to say. So going back to knowledge, when you stumbling over your words and stuff and you be like, yo, my bad, I just stumbled, that's air. So don't feel bad about that. That's just how we are. We start to get hit with this stuff and then we start mispronouncing. We start losing our thought because you deal with so much air. So when they call me airheaded, I can't even get a fix. Libras, Gemini, we literally are airheaded. We like the airport shit all the time. I'm surprised you don't lose stuff all the time because we so air. So.
NIG, it kicked me out right as soon as you got to talk about the Virgo and I missed it.
Well, like I said, it's the constellation of time. What I would say mostly what Virgo, and you were onto something with your life path number. Make sure you get your number. I want you to look into something called an enneagram because you were onto something. But when it comes to Virgo, I just want to say sometimes with Virgos, they just have a hard, like Virgos be telling people yes before they analyze the whole situation. And then they'll come back and they don't want to do it, but they'll feel bad because they said yes. What I need to tell you is that's just how your energy level works. So don't care about telling people you're not going to do it, even if you contracted to doing it before, as long as you're doing it with integrity. Because we're in Revelation. If you take 360 and you multiply it by 4, you're going to get 1,440. If you add 2 zeros to that, you're going to get the 144,000 that they're talking about in the Bible as Revelation. And that's because as astrologers, we know that they were only ever following astrology anyway. And so what happened was the sun rotated 4 times at 360. And now it's time for niggas to really get knowledge and really know what it's all about. And so we're coming out of the age of Pisces and we're going into the age of Aquarius. And the new sun coming, that's nothing more than Mercury coming back to us. And Mercury was the Christ or the Yeshua. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm sorry.
No, no,
I
I
really
follow you
do.
because I know exactly what you're talking about and all the shit. Like you saying all this shit, I've been goddamn studying it, so I can relate.
Nah, you ain't rambling at all. You're not rambling at all. And one thing I wanted to say, um, when you said something about judgment, um, I
Yeah, that
think
was the
that
first card I pulled for you.
I think I think that may be what it is for me because I've experienced some real traumatic things in my life. There was four of us. My mom had four boys. Now there's only two of us because the other two got murdered. And
Wow.
I
See, I was surprised you said that. I was going to say something about that, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what happened is the first one that got murdered, I was at a young age. My second brother that got murdered, he got murdered 3 years ago. Now, I drive a truck, okay? I didn't even want to find out what happened to him. But one night when I was driving, I literally could almost see him sitting in the passenger seat talking to me. And he told me what happened. And I'm not afraid to say it because I don't care if somebody call me weird or whatever the fuck they call me. I can care
No,
less
you have a
what
gift.
somebody called me. I know what happened that night. And I was
Right.
riding and I can almost hear his voice the same way I'm listening to yours and everybody on the panel. And he explained to me what happened. Now I put that to the test because I didn't believe it. I just thought that, well, I'm grieving. This just happened a couple of days ago. This is just all in my mind. So what I
Right.
did was I called my mom and asked her about it. Now, granted, I didn't know nothing about nothing because I didn't want to know. All I know is that he got shot and he was dead. And they were setting up the funeral. They wanted me to come down and get all the funeral arrangements and this, that, and the third. People trying to tell me, well, this is what happened. I don't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear
Right.
it because I didn't want it. I didn't want to grab my gun and seek vengeance. I didn't want to do that. So I didn't want to hear about it. But after I heard that voice, I asked my mom, I said, Mom, I want to ask you something. Is this what happened to Corey? And I start telling her. Now, she couldn't even hardly talk because she was crying so hard. She was like, how do you know that? And I told her, I said, because he told me.
Right.
I found out everything that happened to him, and he was already gone. And I didn't ask nobody. I didn't talk to no detective. I didn't talk to no investigator. I ain't speak to nobody that was around when it happened. I really believe that he came. I don't know if he left or if he was leaving the house, but I know that he came and he came and he told me what happened.
Damn, Cook, you don't went out, man. I can't hear nothing. Can y'all hear him?
If he was lingering on the phone, they are vivid. And I didn't know. And another thing that my mom said, she told me I had a gift.
I think it's one now.
Because I got a whole in my ear.
You went out a little bit, bro.
How about now? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. We missed the
I don't
last
know.
part of it.
Okay, the last thing I said was my dreams they're vivid. Like they're it's it's real hard for me to determine whether or not I'm really there or whether or not I'm really here. That's
Right.
how vivid my dreams are. My dreams are so vivid. I can feel people when I touch them. You know what I mean? Like I, it's hard for me to, but only in the bad dreams, not in the good ones, but only in the one that you would consider a nightmare. I can feel people touching me, or I can feel myself getting shot. I can feel myself
Senses is there, in a vivid dream.
feel myself trying to
Right.
jump in the car. Yeah, like I can feel myself hot wiring it. I can feel myself doing that. That's how vivid it is, and I'm just starting to realize it at this age, because before I just chopped it up as, well, it's another nightmare. I didn't put no thought into it, but now I can put thought into it because I'm old
Do you
enough to
want to
start thinking
reduce
about it
those
and realize
nightmares?
it.
Do you want to reduce them, or do you want to try to figure out what the message is, or you know what I'm saying? Are you trying to alleviate how frequently they happen? Because honestly, if you're a truck driver, obviously you're on the road a lot, probably, but you probably, and I wanted to ask you a quick question. When you're having um, um, these vivid, I can't even see. I don't lost the damn word. Air, god damn it. But when you're having these experiences, are you in a state of sleep deprivation? Like maybe you might be tired, or you might have stayed up later, because often that helps with what they call hallucinations, but there's really nothing hallucinatory about it. But for lack of a better word, because we are using this language, that's the only way that I could describe it. So I was curious if you are sleepy when you're having these experiences, or if you're awake, like wide awake, like you've had a good full 8 hours rest and you're just awake and it's happening.
Oh, he dropped off.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to alleviate those dreams from happening as much, one thing you could do is put a pin, an actual clothes pin on the inside of your clothes, on the inside of your right pocket, and wear that there. But you also might just want to cleanse your space. And I know that truck drivers sleep in the spaces in their truck. I would cleanse it in the house that you stay, if you have to stay at hotels, and you need to get something to also just cleanse the area, that's gonna not only clean out good and bad human energy, but also he's going to want to clear out energy that was never alive. And then I think that you should also do something to help your brother's spirit move on, honestly. And then there's some other things I don't even really feel comfortable talking about, like on a live, when it comes to these private types of issues, just because I'm an actual tarot card reader. I deal with a lot of people, so it's like a confidentiality thing. I don't know what you might feel comfortable with people knowing, but those are some basic things that's going to kind of help you alleviate this in the now. But there's things that you can do, because there is a lot of trauma there. And if you don't completely get balanced, see, that's the shit that not only pulls you into spiritual modalities, to where you like start seeking Jesus and Muhammad and all these different things. Because believe me, there's worse places that you can go than heaven or hell. You followed that motherfucker here, didn't you? Okay, so that's just, what I'm saying. Y'all might want to keep that in mind. And the more that we keep saying this is good and this is bad, or this is not good and this is not bad, and we follow these types of modalities, that's when you get in a really dangerous territory, because you're suffering from programming. Because in all reality, this is your reality. Ain't nothing good and ain't nothing bad that you don't want it to be. And somebody
Hey,
touched on it. Was it Uprising?
hey,
I don't know who.
yeah,
And so I don't know
yeah.
why our conscious tries to program us, because they've programmed our conscious. You know what I'm saying? But this is all fake. Like, yo, in ancient times, so many people would incarnate and just kill themselves. They had to make suicide a sin, because people knew that there was no hell. They knew that there was no consequence. And I'm not advocating for somebody to go kill themselves.
Yeah, don't do
So that's a
that.
disclaimer.
But you
No,
just
definitely
balancing it
don't do
out.
that. Matter. we experience death and transformations all the time and some real stuff. You know what I mean? And so that's the real death and transformation we're supposed to be going through. And when I always tell people the cross, because there's a cross, that there's a certain meditation that you get into an upside down position where you will be hanging on a cross, and that's considered the antichrist. Am I correct? And you're always looking for this Christ consciousness. That's what, at least how I look at it, is the Christ consciousness that allows you to be able to get into your so-called third eye, which isn't even an eye. It looks like an egg. It's a hippocampus. That's a deception. But I believe that we activate these, because I was doing some research, because I was supposed to do a video for Spirit Light Body like a couple weeks ago, but I got sick and I had a psychic scare. Plus, I'm a music artist, so I was in the studio. But I was telling him, like, yo, through the research that I've been doing, I've realized that we have electricity in our body, and y'all all know that. That's why they bring the heart pumps to pump us back alive when you have a heart attack. Like, they're not plugging you into something. They're shocking your heart with electricity, because we're conductors. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about this earlier in the conversation. And when that electricity hits you, it brings you back to life. And so the reason why I was saying that is because esoterically, fire isn't fire what it is down here. This shit look more like electricity. It don't look like fire. It's not like what comes out of a lighter. It look more like lightning, like the lightning that comes down here. That's what it really looks like, more esoterically than it does here. And we actually have electricity in our spinal cords. And so when you lay in this certain position, which is that antichrist position, but you're somehow upside down, and like rich people, they have them things that hang upside down. Supposedly these chemicals in our body start to get activated. And I believe that the monks are doing this through meditation. And Christ, if there was a real Christ, which I don't even want to go there, because I'm about my story, not his, but was able to meditate and get these chemicals to react in his body on cue. And when that happened, what it does is it makes your heart beat faster. It makes that neuroepinephrine release into your body, and other chemicals as well that start you to think that you're in a dream state. It allows these chemicals to travel up through your spinal cord, which is where you see that spiral in the Egyptian going up the staff, which is the snake, because it's trying to access that Kundalini energy. When it gets to the base of your neck, if you hold your arms out, that's the cross right there. That's the crux. Okay. When it hits right there, it actually starts to make another chemical that then goes up into the back of your brain, which is like the hippocampus right there. And that's kind of where I stopped with my research. But essentially, I feel like that energy then also goes out. That has something to do with Christ consciousness. That has something to do with the dream states that we get in, and the so-called hallucinations that we're having, and the consciousness that we experience. Yo, that's when I think that we really start to activate this DNA. And I think that they're trying to say you can do it through this and you can do it through that. But really, the key is learning how to activate this shit within us, and it's through our organs. And we don't really need to do nothing special to do it, because I'm learning that through this process. It took me 15 years to get to that conclusion. It's crazy. This world is crazy, y'all. I might have to beam back out, Scotty.
Through that process.
No doubt. Nah, thank you to Spirit Light Body, because honestly, if you came to my channel, because I get choked up every time I start talking, I can't express myself as well as I'm able to express myself right now. I just thank God Mercury is in my sector tonight, because I have a lot of air. I'm getting hit with air from my Gemini moon. I'm getting hit with air from my Libra. A lot of people who deal with a lot of air, we deal with depression, yo, because we're getting hit with all these angles, all these light forms, all these, like you were saying that you was a Libra cusp, am I right? Is it Chris?
Yeah.
Coleon? You're a Libra cusp. Yeah. So remember earlier you was talking, you was like, yo, I just keep getting hit with all these ideas. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from. Yo, you are actually communicating with spirit. Like, but we're taught that the way it looks is that something comes through a Ouija board, which your phone is actually a Ouija board, by the way. You're tuning into mad different frequencies. That's worse than a Ouija board you can go buy at a store, by the way. But you know what I'm saying? That's what you're doing, because you are a Libra cusp. You got access to all kind of energies. And when they say we're superhuman, you got to look into your ascendant, look into your sun, and look into your Gemini. And those powers are, excuse me, your Gemini, your moon. And whatever zodiac signs you're associated with, you get to have access and an abundance of access to the gifts that comes with that. But with each gift, there's a curse, there's a percentage level.
Ooh, we gotta talk, because you could break that down. Like, I've been loaning for like somebody, like that you said, like it makes sense. Like, you making a lot.
Yo, I was looking at your drawings. I swear, Chris Coleon, like, yo, I feel like you're a kindred spirit on some real, because I was looking at your drawings, and those was hitting me like sigils. Now, you guys was like, yo, somebody was saying in the chat, what's the easiest way to access your Akashic records? And people would be like, drink alkaline water, go meditate, da, and you never do it. And then you start to get programmed to think something wrong with you because you're not accessing it. But see, really, these are memory files stored in our subconscious mind. And what you need to start doing is hitting your subconscious mind with sigils. Not no affirmations every day. I want my Akashic records. Yeah, do that every day and wait till you die and see what happens. Yo, you better start talking to your subconscious mind through sigil work, because your subconscious mind don't work with no letters. It work with numbers, like Chris was saying. It work with symbols. It work with, like he was saying, reversing the shit backwards, because we live in a backwards world. Yo, you are very on point. Your spirit guide is guiding you already. But everybody here, we're not here for a reason. Usually I'm in bed at 9 o'clock at night. I happen to have a rap battle tonight, and I seen the live, and I came on after because Spirit Light Body was like, yo, in one video, he gave me a shout out. He gave another guy a shout out, and he gave Uprising, and I seen Uprising in the comments. So I went and subscribed to him one day, and I left a comment, and today was the first time I got a chance to catch his live. And I'm so glad that I did, because I love the energy in here.
Oh yeah, I love your energy. Shout out to Spirit Light Body. That's my boy. Like, I recently just got into meditating, and like it's crazy that all this is coming about now. So I definitely man, it's like a good feeling.
He said he was gonna stop doing videos, yo. He said he was gonna stop doing videos for a while because he needed to take care of some business. I asked him, I was like, yo, call or email me. And I know he has a wife. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I wanted to talk to him about the energy, because I don't want the brother, like, we're both Taurus sons, and we can get deep in our emotions. We like, when you're land and you're air and you get into Scorpion like energy, that can be crazy because we don't like to experience the deep emotions of that water. And right now, the next 5 days, we're in actually Scorpio energy, if you consider sidereal astrology. And this is the most potent time for spirituality. We just had a portal open on 11/11. That was an actual spiritual portal that opened. And then we closed out a decade, yo. We closed out 12 years, and we going into the next 12. Like, that only happens once in a lifetime. That's why everybody's getting all this extra juju.
Oh man, you make it all make sense. And so you say, okay, with the Virgos. Now what other signs am I corresponding? What other signs am I?
You can actually go to a lot of different sites. Yeah. You can go to a lot of different sites and figure it out. Like, yo, whenever I do a read for somebody, I always be like, I need to know this information, because it's a blueprint. It's not who you are per se, because we all gonna deal with programming. We all have an individuality. A lot of us don't. I'm noticing that in the community, and I know I'm gonna get shots fired at me probably for this, but I'm stepping up out of the so-called consciousness because ain't shit conscious about it. It's toxic. What I'm seeing is toxic. Ain't nothing healing. Ain't nothing productive, hardly. Let me take that back, because there's a few people I do work with or rock with, but the energy has become so toxic that we're being stopped from moving forward, and we're being stopped from concentrating on the shit that's really important, which is nothing in this dimension. And I know that's a big pill to swallow, because we got to live in it. We got to live in it, but you're manifesting the energy percentage level of what you're putting shit into. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So if you put all your energy percentage level and you're trying to figure out. I'm sorry, Coleone, go ahead. Man, but you guys are deep, like, for real.
Like, if you could, like, I don't know if you could.
Man, like I said before, man, I appreciate you coming into my channel.
Yo, that's spirit, because honestly, people don't rock with me like that. They'll see me in the chat. I've gotten subscribers. I have a lot of following because I do psychic fairs and stuff like that. I just don't, like, it's funny you were talking about your natal chart. And I wanted to mention this real quick because y'all were talking about goddess energy. I really want y'all to look into Sophia, which is the goddess that was really taken out. That's the dark goddess. She's also known as Lilith. That's that deep energy. That's wisdom. That's not knowing. That's not reading and studying. That's the wisdom to know what just like you said, knowledge. When you be talking about stuff, you like, I don't know.
Yeah. I know my Lilith sign too. Hell yeah. I
exactly. Ask the goddess. The goddess will rock with you. She's been taken out of a lot of stuff. And like when we talk about femininity and masculinism and the third dimension, I don't believe in feminism. I'm not even gonna lie, but this is just third dimension. So we talking about this on an esoteric level. So I'm not getting into it like you need that feminine energy, da 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 da. No, we're talking about sexual energy. We're talking about energies that can do different things. Your feminine receives it, your masculine pushes it out. So if you get hit with a lot of ideas and you're not able to manifest them, that's because you're not putting enough masculine percentage level in to actually push it out. And honestly, a lot of this is we don't deal with the sun behind the sun. We only look at the sun and think that that's our power source. But there's actually something powering the sun and something powering that sun. This is a vast universe, yo. There is not no time limit to it. That's why astrology is even off. They can't mark when it starts. I don't even believe Aries is the first constellation. I really don't, because they don't act independent. They don't act like leaders. But it is what it is. It's neither here nor there. Everybody's reality is actually reality, and everybody's perception is their perception. I don't even try to change nothing. I have friends from all different modalities, all different walks of life. And that's what helped me expand in my spiritual journey, yo. When I was stuck in consciousness, when I was stuck in all these different things, I was exactly that, stuck. I wasn't building a ship so that I could explore things. I was just stuck. So, I'm happy that we could all take this journey together.
Definitely. And then I want a quick question. It did. I don't want to hog the mic and no shit like that. Well, it's kind of more than a question. Okay, but like, okay, you know how they say September is really the 7th month, but in this time or what we in now, it's the 9th month.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
it's funny because my mother is born in November, which would be, you know what I'm saying, November. NOV would be 9, but I know it's the 11th month in here, and then my father's July is the 7th month.
That's interesting
And
that you
you
just
see
caught
that?
up 9/11. You just caught up 9/11 because that's when they crashed the Twin Towers. And I just want to specifically make a point that that was the ending of an eon. That was about 12 years ago. I think we just did the anniversary. That was that old age going out and Pisces coming in. So I think that's your subconscious really trying to hit you. It almost makes me want to pull out my deck, but I'm not going for it. But I think that's your subconscious trying to hit you, saying that you are definitely on the right path. Whenever we talk to other people who are in this spirituality thing, is saying that you on a specific path. But that was interesting. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, you right on point. Cause I was just weird that like had it got, and then it was that 7, and then that 7, 9, and then that 11, and then the difference in them numbers each is 2, and then my connection with Aquarius and people that, you know what I'm saying, that second sign.
Yo, when we get off of this live, I want you to go look up the number 2 spiritually. That is so strange. You just said that. I looked that up the other day because I got a text at 2:22 a.m. And these repetitive numbers are, when you see repetitive numbers, you wake up in the morning, it's 3:41. You waking up every night, it's 5:40, it's 6:60, whatever. That's your light angle trying to hit you with a code, and it's trying to access, it's trying to get you to access something by showing you these repeated numbers, these repeated patterns. But you is getting you to write it down backwards. So you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't prepare, I can't really look into the energy. It's not how my gift, it works like that sometimes and it doesn't. Because honestly, for a long time, I thought I was cursed. I told my mom I was a witch when I was 8 years old because I used to astral project and I thought I was flying, and I seen witches flying on TV. So I used to be like, yo, I'm a witch. And she's like, no, you're not. Da, 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 da. And my whole life I was like, yes, I am. You know what I'm saying? But now I know there really ain't even no such thing as no witch, yo. That's a European term used to bastardize and used to demonize or at least make demonic shamanism and things like that, natural healing, holistic, because the pharmaceutical companies had to do that to witches to put them out of business so that they could poison you and drug you and kill you and sedate you and give you this pill for ruminating thoughts that they know ain't even gonna take away your ruminating thoughts.
But let me just say, man, I'm so glad now that you went live and I was able to have a conversation. This shit, you don't even know. Like,
Bro, I'm
I
glad
appreciate
all you
y'all.
guys turned out and joined the live. Muchly appreciated.
oh
Yeah,
man, it's
absolutely.
all
I
I
appreciate
can
you
relate to
guys.
everything everybody was saying. And that's what
Yeah,
makes
thank
the
you for
live
letting me
so.
come on.
No problem.
So I don't know if you guys swing by Spirit Light Body's channel, send him a shout out because like I said, he said he was gonna be taking a step back. He might create a Patreon, but really he's the reason why I was even blessed to be able to come and meet this great group of people tonight because he did that shout out that one day and he named us all in that video.
Yeah.
Like I think it was
He
2
named
videos
us
back.
all. Yep. Facts.
Yeah. But y'all ain't come find me, but I came and find y'all, but that's okay though, because it's all in love.
I actually done came to your channel.
Oh, yeah.
Like I might even
See,
left a comment on one of your videos. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because YouTube is deleting videos, but it's not even or they're not deleting, they're deleting comments. But what I wanted to say is it's so funny. It's just weird how this energy works because if you just come to my channel, you wouldn't think that I at least have a little bit of knowledge, which I'm not saying I have the most knowledge, but I have some. Because when I get on camera, like, yo, I'll be forgetting what I'm going to say. I don't know what to talk about. So I appreciate having the opportunity.
To the best of us. I feel you.
Yeah, I appreciate all of y'all. I hope that we get, are able to do this again sometime. I'm in New York, so it's like 2:00 in the morning here. I had a rap battle tonight. And so I happened to get off after the showcase and I seen that you were live because I'm an artist too. So whenever you do
the same time zone as you.
I'm gonna take you out. I do my thing too.
Make sure you do. Like, if you go to my page, click the link because I was sending that everybody was leaving a comment. I'm at 18 minutes. I appreciate everybody's support. I've been rapping for a long time. And see, that's another thing. People judge. They be like, how are you an artist? You talking about this and that, but you're spiritual. It's like, yo, that's because you're programmed to look at something like it's good or bad or what spirituality is. Meanwhile, you got these Catholic priests that look all good to you, raping all these children because you're not trained to know what real evil look like. Like, real evil gonna come sit down with you at the table and talk to you. And studies show that people who cuss more are more honest. So what kind of world are we living in? To where if I rap, then you don't want to hear what I have to say. Well, that's fine because I'm individual enough to know that I'm still doing the right thing and I got more knowledge than you. Can have dreads, I can have a whole weave. It don't mean that you got more knowledge about Africa, because I'm telling you, I will debate somebody into oblivion. I've studied this shit for over 15 years of my life. I was a Catholic for years. My godparents was Jehovah's Witnesses. That's what even got me into it. And then I thought I was a witch. So I was studying the occult on the low, trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And then I got caught up into depression and had to go see a therapist because I thought something was wrong with me. And in the meantime, I was normal. And my grandfather had the gift and he was from down south. That's why I was telling the guy, like, yo, what you're describing is the snake chasing you. That means he got real energy chasing him. And typically, if you turn around and you kill it, it might go away, but this is a persistent thing that's been with him for a long time. And see, when something picks up your energy signature, that's why, like, fellas, y'all could date a lady who y'all have broken up with, and you be like she's a narcissist or something. You be like, yo, I'm done with that chick. You finally make up your mind that you don't want to deal with her and her antics no more. And then you meet another woman that you like, and then she starts displaying those same characteristics because it's the vessel. We're battling against principalities. So if something catches your signature and it likes, it's going to come back to you through a person, place, or a thing to get that same energy signature out of you because they want to eat. We're like buffets. We're like the Chinese, the African, you got Indian. Tasty.
And that's weird because I'm in the South. I live in Georgia.
You so cold with how you break that shit down. But I say, man,
I live in Georgia.
Man.
So I'm in the South.
So would you say, right, the narcissist, the girl, like, so you could be think you getting over her, but it ain't the person you running away from, it's the energy that's changing and it just coming in different forms. So
most people are creating soul ties. Yep, you right on point, brother. You is right on point. See, people creating soul ties. We take sex lightly, like this is just a whole crazy world, but you're creating soul ties. And so if you still think about that person, whether you broke up with them or not, and it puts you in a state of mind, you're still in that state with them. That's why we got states here. Everything that's here, as above, so below. We got states here. We got states up there. We got banks here. You forgive somebody, you taking out your esoteric bank. And if you forgive them, like, it's okay to say, yo, I'm gonna let this shit occur, but don't forgive them, because if you forgive them and they get to go esoterically with your energy, then you got to pay that shit out of your bank. That's when depression starts coming in. See, when we meet all these people, we're creating chakras, worlds. We're creating worlds with these people. So say I go into a world and I'm a chick who's just naive. I got cheated on a lot, right? Say I'm that chick. And then I come and meet Corleone and I get in a relationship with him, even though I need to be balancing out myself. Me and him get to a relationship, he boom, does the same thing because the energy signature went into him and he's a weak vessel and he can kind of see a pattern with me and he took advantage of that. And then he leaves me and I commit suicide. See, that's because me and him created a world together and he left that world that we created together and I'm stuck to live in it by myself with all these emotions and shit that was created and I can't even navigate out of the choppy Scorpion Plutonian like energy to get back balanced to my 360. See, we all angles. We all angles. So, I appreciate y'all. Like I live for this. This is my zone. I can't even get to sleep. Shit, y'all got me so excited.
Man, I appreciate you coming in. We've been at it for 3 hours now. 3 hours and 24 minutes. We've been going in.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's super dope. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the chat.
Or shout out to everybody that came in and participated in this live, man. I appreciate you three joining the panel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you.
The show wouldn't have been the same without y'all. I mean, you would have had.
I'm gonna go back and watch what I missed.
Yo, you be like me, like, hold on, I be thinking I missed something sitting right here the whole time. I be like, yo, I missed something.
If any of you guys want to, I got a podcast thing, and I suggest that you guys try to do it too because Anchor is free and it's really dope because you don't always have to upload. If y'all get a podcast, I will follow y'all on that. And y'all should check that out because that's a really, like, if you got subscribers who don't have Anchor, you can still tell them to check it. They don't need to download it to listen to your podcast.
What's the name of it?
It's called Anchor. And so you could create really good, easy podcasts on that. I mean, y'all probably doing some next level stuff. I'm always moving because I be in the studio and stuff. But before I get off of here, thank you so much again, Knowledge. And again, if y'all want to check out my freestyle, because, I did that esoteric flow, y'all can just type in Team Smoke. It's the first one that was uploaded tonight. And mine is at 18 minutes because it's like 5 artists and then it's a rap battle.
When you get type it in the chat. Type it in the chat.
It won't allow me because I'm not a moderator. I'm a moderator on a lot of channels, so it won't allow me to put a link in there unless you're a moderator, which I don't have to do that. I could put it in the comment section later.
Okay, yeah, do
like
that.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, do that.
Go on, wrench up now.
I will.
Yeah, I'm not on YouTube. I'm doing it through StreamYard right now. Let me go to YouTube.
Oh no, I ain't saying like right. I'm just saying make sure you know what I'm saying. That's a priority.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that at some point we could do another podcast that maybe we could plan a topic and all this kind of going one day, because this was just happenstance. I happened to find y'all brothers up. Like it's funny, Corleone, because you sound like Spirit Light Body. That is tripping me out.
Don't
you sound like his brother. Yes.
You sound just like Dre, bro.
My God.
Your voice sounds just like Dre's.
Yeah, dude.
That's my boy, though. Yeah, I didn't. So
yeah, see, when you said it, yeah, that sounds just like how Dre would say.
Yeah, exactly, yo. You can tell y'all all seem like y'all from down south, but it's weird that you got an accent, Knowledge, that you from up north, but they said we got them too.
No, I'm from down south.
Oh, you is?
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina, man.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, my father's from Florida and my grandma's from Georgia. Mr. Cook.
Georgia.
Yeah, she a Georgia peach. Oh, well, I always wanted to visit. Online it looks like it's so violent there. So I don't know if you could tell us if that's. See, well, I don't want to go nowhere that's violent. I mean, that's crazy to me. I always wanted to go to Georgia.
A lot of people be thinking I'm from up north. I'm from Charlotte. I guess it's my accent, the way I talk. But
you said you from Charlotte, so they got a lot of them.
I live.
Who live in New York?
No, I was saying I lived in New York.
I'm from Chicago.
For about maybe 2 months.
Shoot, Chicago.
And I loved it up there.
Yeah, we got trees up here. Oh, hell no. Pop. I'm in Rochester, so we got the highest murder per capita. We got a higher murder rate than the actual, but it's actually calm here. But
okay, you in Rochester, you upstate. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm upstate, 585. You know what I mean? Okay, but like I said, I hope that y'all have another live stream at some point and that I can come back on and we can plan something up. Yeah, that would be dope. You know what I'm saying? Because this one was just kind of off the cuff, and I was just really digging what y'all was saying. And then you put
You,
Chris
you need to
Coleone.
put
I was
your
looking at his
email in the
notebook,
chat
like,
so
damn,
I
look at
can
his
contact
notebook.
you. You heard me. So is it Demon? That's how you pronounce it.
Well,
NRD
it's
Demon.
day moon. You know, like in ancient
Yeah, Day
times,
Moon. Yeah,
when in
but
ancient times they used to look up at the sky and something would be created, like their crops would get flooded out, and it was a new energy that was created between the day and the moon, the night and the day,
yeah,
and they called it a day moon, and it ended up becoming a daemon, which is your computer genius. If you look it up, like even in antiquity, yo, they didn't fight angels
okay,
with demons. They fought angels with angels and demons with demons, because you're like trying to fight a light source, a lightweight with a heavyweight. That is
yeah.
not how it works. Even the demon Pazuzu, which is portrayed in The Exorcist, that's a demon that's supposed to protect babies from Lilitus, or those type of demon families that come and supposedly prey on children. It's so interesting, yo. I'm telling you, this shit goes so deep. And I
I
kept
need your
Pazuzu.
email. Put your email
Oh, okay.
in the comment section too. I
Okay,
need
I
that.
will.
I need
Okay.
that.
So, but I'm gonna drop off because it's 2:30. I gotta get to bed now, y'all about to.
Yeah, it is 227 over here in
Oh,
Charlotte.
Christopher, make sure you hit me up then, so we could
Mike,
chat.
Mike, Mike.
So yeah, make sure you hit me up, Christopher, so we can chat. I can see you in the chat because I'm just now looking in there. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all stuff we all done been through stuff, and this is all programming again. So you know what I'm saying? We'll chat. I'll drop all the information. And honestly, it was an honor to be online with y'all. Y'all are brilliant. And when I was looking at your notepad, Corleone, it was inspiring. When I was listening to you talk, I was very surprised because I haven't had a chance to catch a video. I was really pleasantly surprised, and y'all definitely on the right track. I appreciate y'all very much. I'm gonna drop off though.
We appreciate you coming and tuning in and engaging with the panel, man. Like I say, I always encourage people to come in, you know what I'm saying, and express their sentiments and build with us, because that's what's important to the show. You know what I'm saying? Sharing our thoughts, collectively. So I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate y'all too, and thank you. And Chris, I don't know, or not Chris, but Coleone, I don't know if you upload videos or not, but I think you should keep sharing that information. I like your notes and stuff. It was hitting something in the subconscious. So I don't know if he has a page, like it's his page, if he
Well, we
upload
did
videos or not.
videos. Check out the ninth chamber. We actually do another ninth chamber video, and check out numbers on HOTC Universal. That's another channel we upload on too. HOTC Universal. So he got the video on numbers on there, and he has his notepad breaking it down. The brother is very intelligent and elaborate with breaking down the numbers and making it make sense to us. And it's something amazing.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop off, and again, I appreciate you guys, and thank you again. Appreciate you.
All right, brothers, before we close out the show, because we've been on for about 3 hours and 30 minutes. So anything you brothers want to say before we close out the show? Again, I appreciate y'all coming in and engaging in the panel. It has been a good ass show tonight.
Yeah, I just want to thank you, Knowledge, for coming back on, man. We missed you. We missed the good topics and the good chats, and this right here had to be one of the best ones I ever heard or was ever a part of, because I really enjoy the fact that the young lady came up. She dropped a lot of knowledge on me. She gave me a lot to think about, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna check the stream after we get off and get her information. I
already.
will be back in contact with
Already.
her. That's for sure.
Word,
So
word,
I
word.
wanted to say peace to you,
I'm
my
always
brother.
open, guys.
Peace, peace, Corleone. Oh, there she go. I thought she had
Yeah,
left.
no, I was gonna drop off. I don't even know how to get out of this. It kicked me. Oh, I see leave now. But but yeah, no, definitely. I got all my contact information too on my page, but I'm gonna put it in the chat too. Definitely hit me up. I'm willing to. I work with a lot of people. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. And I see a lot of scamming going on when it comes to tarot readings. psychic abilities and things like that. And it really, to me, it dilutes what we all have a power to do, but it also taints it, and it really gets a lot of people more messed up than they really do. I just try to break it down as real as I can. And if I don't know, I'll let you know.
Already.
That's good. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to thank everybody. You know, especially shout out to the young lady NRG, and I will be contacting her because I got a lot of more questions for her. And like she said, I think it'll be good for some one-on-one bill because it'll be real personal. Try to
Cook, you broke up, brother. Everybody, I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight to this amazing show. There will be another one. Right now I'm up, so there may possibly be another show in about another 20 minutes if I'm up for it. But I appreciate everyone. I'm Lindsay. This is Knowledge Uprising. Until then, till next time, stay woke. Always keep your mind open. Don't let nobody tell you no bullshit. Peace.